All right, good afternoon. Welcome to the afternoon experiment. My name is Emanuel Livingston. I got a lot of sound coming from over there, but I have nothing on. I have to treat this room. I don't know if it sounds echoey to me. Do y'all hear that echo? Hold on, let me do it. All right, I'm back. It's the afternoon experiment. All right, the echo gone. The echo is gone, but I'm not going to be able to hear y'all. Hold on. All right. All right, I'm back. I might have fixed it. Sometimes I guess that's all it takes. All right, it is, hold on. Yeah, it's Tuesday, January 7th, 2025, and it is 3:07 p.m. Welcome to the show. It's the afternoon experiment. Again, my name is Emanuel Livingston. This is my first show of 2025. So if I say 2024 a few times, my brain just can't figure it all out. My brain can't figure it all out. But I do want to say welcome to everybody checking out the show. Thank y'all for allowing me that, 2 weeks off? Oh, I needed that 2 weeks off. There was so much stuff that I had to get done, and I really just made a dent, just a dent in all of the stuff that I have to get done. But I went through, I'll tell you everything that I did after I say hello. If this is your first time joining the show, I go through and I say hello to the people who say hello to me. Because I think you guys are the most valuable part of the show. And again, this is the best part of the show to me, in my opinion. So after I say hello to everybody, y'all could just leave. I understand. Lewis Talbert in the house. Good afternoon. Nick Brown. Good afternoon, Nick. He's representing beautiful Blue Ash. Oh yeah, say hello. And if you don't mind, tell me where you're checking out the show from. If you're in the city of Cincinnati, tell me what neighborhood. If you're just outside of the city of Cincinnati, tell me what area. If you're in the greater Cincinnati area, tell me what area you're in. And if you are not in Cincinnati, tell me what state and city if you like. All right? Just like to shout people out, even though I've always hated that term. Nick Brown representing beautiful Blue Ash. Good afternoon. Anthony Prosser. Good afternoon, Anthony. Got Erica in the house. Good afternoon, Erica. She's representing Reading. She says, welcome back. Thank you. And welcome back to you as well. And Maria, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maria representing North College Hill. Rounds out the top 5. It doesn't mean anything. Like they're not better than you. They just got here first. And I appreciate the people who get in real quick. So I like to, top 5. But what do it mean? I don't know. But it's fun to point out. Maria, good afternoon. Got David Herring. David says, are you live on January 7th? I am live on January 7th. Regina Denson Griffin representing Madisonville. Good afternoon. She says, nice background. Yeah, man, I had to get out there and shovel. You know how it go. David says, good afternoon, little baby, E-Man, and afternoon experiment fam. All right. And yes, I acknowledge you. Nick, my baby brother, Green Township. He really is the baby, but I'm sure he wouldn't appreciate being called my baby brother. He about to buy me some tickets up to the Royal Rumble. And so if Brent calls in, then a wrestling report is going to happen. But Nick, good afternoon. Andrea, good afternoon. Welcome back. She's representing Gulf Manor. Hope you had a great holiday and time off. I did. Lamont says, Grand Day, Powerful Royal from Westwood. I still see purple. I don't know why. I literally see the word purple when he writes that. I don't know why. But Lamont, thank you and good afternoon. David says, acupuncture is great for hamstrings. We'll get into it. Dwayne Larkin, good afternoon, representing Mount Airy. Good afternoon, Dwayne. Got Scott Bain in the house, representing West Walnut Hills. Good afternoon. Mary Birch Lavender. Oh, in case y'all wondering, see the camera is here, but the screen is here. I'm going to move the screen here so that I can read the screen and, do what I have to do. But that's a process. It's a process. So if I'm looking this way, I'm looking at the screen. Where was I at? Somebody said something and I was talking about it. Scott. Hello, everyone from West Walnut Hills. Good afternoon, Scott. Mary Birch Lavender out there in White Oak. Good afternoon. Got Miss Pittsburgh in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Good afternoon to you as well. Steban Speed. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you as well. Jason Dockery says Happy New Year. Thank you, Jason. Happy New Year to you. Pamela Kinney in the house representing North Avondale says she's still snowed in. Ooh, is the snow hard yet? Because if I don't know. I haven't been out today. So I don't know if because after a while, that first day or two, the snow be nice and soft and fluffy. But then because it's been so cold, after a while, that snow gets really hard. And if you didn't get out there and kind of shovel yourself out yesterday, if you wait till that stuff get hard, you're going to have a problem. Jeannie, so I hope, I'm sorry, before I go to Jeannie, Pamela, I hope you got some people that could come over and help you out if you ain't shoveled everything. I would actually come and help you. But I had an incident yesterday. Jeannie, good afternoon. She says happy Tuesday and happy first show of 2025. All right. Jason says he's in Fairfield, by the way. Mary says the clue is royal, which happens to be purple. Angela, Kirkland Dangerfield. She says salutations. Happy every day. Angela, happy every day to you as well. And can I shout that? I'm gonna shout out Angela kind of in a roundabout way. She's got some sons who helped me out at the church with the video and all of that kind of stuff. And when I tell you those young men are like the nicest, most respectful, and they just some good young men. But I think one of them is up at Central State. The other ones are a little younger, so they're not in college yet. But there's some nice young men, and we're in a position right now where I don't have a whole lot, like we're not going live, and I don't have all of the need for them. But they still come in from time to time and be like, can I help? Anything I can do? And they are nice. They want to serve. They want to be helpful. And like I said, they're respectful. And I said it's a roundabout. It's a compliment to her as a mom. That she done raised her kids like that. So shout out to you and to the boys, or the young men. And I appreciate you and I appreciate them. And welcome to the show. Quintano say, what it do? Just riding through the city. All right. Diane says, good afternoon. Happy New Year. Good afternoon to you. Andrea says, I just finished shoveling and it wasn't hard. Okay. Daryl want to know what's up. He say, what's good? It's been a minute and a half. Yes, it have. Crystal Hoskins in the house representing the Christ Hospital. Happy New Year to you. Got Seabreeze representing Boston. Oh, you no longer in Paris. All right. For those of you who don't know, she's a hater. It's okay. You can be a hater. Just know that if you're a hater, I'm a truth teller. And if you're a hater, I'm going to tell the truth and say you're a hater. So she's a hater. We love the haters. So it's all good. Dina says, oh, thank goodness he's back. Good afternoon from Walnut Hills. Dina in the house, representing Walnut Hills. Now, Dina, on the other hand, is an angel. Dina's an actual angel. So you got hater on one side, angel on the other side. It is what it is. Such is life. Diane says, snow is still fluffy, but I had to quit. Okay. See, I told y'all she's a hater. See, Bruce, talk about fun fact podcasting is safer than shoveling snow. She a hater. I tell y'all why. Yeah, for those of y'all who don't know, most of y'all already know. Tanika, representing beautiful Orlando, Florida. Now, I'm a hater because Tanika is in Orlando, Florida, so she's not suffering through the snow. She's probably somewhere chilling on a beach with an iPhone. Is she an iPhone person? Or is she one of those horrible Android people? But she probably chilling on the beach with an iPhone watching the show. So, yes, Tanika, I'm hating on you. I was watching Wyatt. I saw Wyatt giving you all the love and giving your cakes all the love and all of that kind of stuff. And she makes some good cake. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to hate on the cake, but I'm going to hate on Tanika because she warm. You know what I'm saying? And we in here cold and snowing and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, I'm hating. I got a little hater in me. Every once in a while, I let him out. Twin, good afternoon, representing nothing, but he's here. Good afternoon. Taria, I almost said Tiara. Taria, good afternoon, and Happy New Year. Happy New Year to Taria. Taria, another one of my buddies. Is it okay to call her my buddy? I don't know that I love the term buddy, but I think she's one of my buddies. Like, I don't have many friends. I have like associates and people that I, talk to and deal with and whatever. But she would be somebody that I would consider to be one of my friends when we get opportunity to get together, even though her and the other two, they know who they are, be hiding. They be hiding. We got to get together soon. For Taria, Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Jerica says, I'm here. Jerica, another one, another friend. Daryl says, what young men you referring to? Some young men at the church that are just good. When I hear people talk about how bad our young people are, and y'all hear me defending young people and saying stuff like, stop saying young people this and stop saying young people that. It's some. I personally believe it's a minority. Now, I do believe the minority is growing, but I personally believe it's a minority. But when you hear me defending young people, in particular young black men, many times these young black men, her sons, Angela's sons, are the young black men to be on my mind. Like, I know these dudes. They're very respectful. They're very hardworking. They're very intelligent. They do a lot of stuff. So, yeah, we when I hear people, y'all, talk, because y'all know how people do. Y'all know how some of y'all do. Young black men, young boys ain't this. Young black people ain't that. I don't know why y'all use that voice, but y'all do. Young black people can't do this. Young black people do that. They're all messed up. This and that. No, some minority. For 2025, that's one of the things I want to I'm going to really try to focus on, probably for the first 30 days, and then, it'll be like everything else. It'll go by the wayside a little bit. But it'll be one of the main things I want to focus on is people stop creating all of these rules. Number one, for things. I'll explain. And stop stereotyping people. And that's all groups of people. Some stereotyping is okay, because a lot of times it's true. But I'm going to get into all of that. But those are the young men I'm referring to. Jack says he's here from Kennedy Heights. Jack, good afternoon. Welcome to the show. Jeffrey says, I'm watching. Good afternoon. Happy New Year, King of Talk. Emanuel Livingston, Happy New Year to you as well. Tria, the classy people coming in the house. Tria, good afternoon, King and crew. All right, good afternoon. I see you have that little 4T shirt. I'm repping Finneytown Kroger's. Now, really, you're going to hate on the shirt. You can clearly see I have on, you can see I have on one shirt under it. I actually have on a t-shirt and an additional shirt under that. Because it's, I'm in the basement. And we have, this is an older house, so I have radiators. So it's all radiated heat. And ain't no radiator in the basement. I mean, I get a little bit of heat off the pipes going to the radiator. I get a little bit of heat off the pipes that are actually going, I'm pointing at them like y'all can see them. Off the pipes going to the radiator, I get a little bit of heat. But I'm in the basement, bro. It's cold down here. This is a nice fitting shirt. Don't be another hater. Let's see. Daryl says, you don't know Dina like I know Dina. Dina's an angel. There will be no Dina bashing in here. Vincent Jones, good afternoon, representing Blue Ash. You see, we made it. That's right. Brent Beard in the house, representing Dallas, Texas. Brent, we got to talk about Raw last night. So at some point, I don't have the phones up. Hold on. That's what I forgot to do. I hope it's set up right, too. It might not be set up right. At some point, somebody will call and then I'll see. But yeah, we got to talk about Raw last night. Because I don't think I felt the same about Raw as most people did. Terry, representing downtown, good afternoon. Let's see. Angela says, thank you. No, thank you. Thank you. Genuinely. I don't typically just be saying stuff to say stuff. So, thank you. Corey McDougal. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Corey. Good afternoon. Are you new to the show? I'm not familiar with your name. Let me see. Tanika says she's chilling on the beach with a bootleg iPhone. I'm a hater. I just want you to know. Bonita Gaines in the house, representing Coleraine Township. Good afternoon. Sabrina, my sister, says good afternoon to you. Been a while. Yes, it has been a while for you to be here. You just abandoned me to the haters, and then they was hating on me, and I had no backup. So that's what, I understand. Teresa, we get together in 2025. Yeah, we got to. Is that a Black Panther shirt? If you want to call it that, just, hold on. I was trying to sit up. I can't do it. Yes, sure, it's a Black Panther shirt. Where are the young guys who come to the house and offer to shovel your snow? Chilling. Why do y'all? I thought we was against child labor. You know what I'm saying? Taking advantage of young kids. That snow out there is heavy, and it's a lot of it. But I saw all these grown men. I kind of understand the women, so I'm kind of giving you a pass, Jerica. So I kind of understand the women. But I saw all of these grown, able-bodied men talking about, where's all the young boys? When I was young, I used to go shovel snow. We need some young boys out here that ain't shoveling my snow. Get your big self up, grab a shovel, and shovel your own snow. The snow that you don't want to shovel is just as hard for them young boys to shovel it. It's just as heavy to them. It's just as difficult to them. And then what? Y'all be wanting to pay them like $20. I'm deviating from the hellos. Because I got to talk about it. Because I see it. And it bothered me almost all day yesterday, except for the 3+ hours I was outside shoveling snow. It took me over 3 hours to shovel my driveway. Now, granted, I have a long driveway. And a lot of it is, up a hill. Not that that makes a difference for shoveling snow. I'm just saying that was why I knew I didn't have a choice but to shovel snow. Because if I don't shovel the snow when it snows, I can't get up my driveway. It's a sloped driveway. And I'm out there shoveling. I see all of the, all the brothers on the street, and we all out there shoveling our driveways and everything. And I'm like, all these people complaining about these young guys who they want to come and be child labor and do their work for them and pay. That was not a $20 or a $50 job. And then I'm seeing people complaining about the prices that the people want for shoveling their snow. Like, look, if you got a snow thrower or snow blower, whichever one it is, cool. Which I'm gonna have one of those. I've been wanting to buy one for a number of years. But I said I live in Cincinnati, and we ain't had a really significant snow, so I really don't feel like if I bought one, I would really get my money's worth. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I do it, I want to get my money's worth. So I'm like, I'm not gonna buy one. And then, this pop up, and I'm like, man, but then we might not get another one of these for 20 years. And then I got this big snow thrower that I paid all of this money for, to use once every 20 years. I might not even be around for the next one. I'm almost 55 years old. Now, I'm definitely not going to be 75 out there shoveling it. But if you got a snow thrower, snow blower, then okay. But y'all want these young boys to come out and do 3-4 hours of work at your house. And gonna try to slide them a 20 or slide them a 50. Like, y'all grown men, get up, get off the couch, because you didn't go to work anyway. Get up, get off the couch, and get your lazy behind out there and shovel your own daggone snow. Bashing our young men because you too lazy to go shovel your own daggone snow. I don't know why it bothered me so much yesterday before I went out and shoveled my own snow. And then it bothered me doubly or triply when I came in, because in case you didn't know, I pulled my hamstring out there shoveling the snow. Which, how do you pull a hamstring shoveling snow? I have to admit, I wasn't using the actual snow shovel. I can't find my snow shovel. I think Mrs. Livingston took it and gave it to somebody. She's a very loving and giving person, but she says she didn't, but I think she's gonna give my shovel away. So I'm out there with like it's not just like a regular shovel for, what you use in the garden, but it's I don't know how to describe it. You ever, you see one of them big gray garbage cans, Tuffy or Ruffy or whatever it is, and you see a shovel in there, and it's a big shovel, but it's not a snow shovel? I had one of those. And so, my shovel is ergonomically designed. And then so when I get out there, boom, I'm shoveling, throw, boom, shovel, throw, boom, shovel, throw. I don't even have to put a lot of back or arms into it because of the design of the shovel. But now I just got this regular big gray shovel. And I gotta bend over, and then I gotta use my arms and my back and my legs to lift and throw the snow, because it's not designed for that. And so I pulled my hamstring, probably about an hour in. Now, for me, really, it would have probably been about a 2.5 hour job, but I was struggling with that pulled hamstring. I was struggling, and I was a little upset with Mrs. Livingston. Not really, but I asked her, like, hey, you gonna come and help me shovel? She said no. I don't even want to get into all of the details, but she told me no. And when I pulled my hamstring, I was like, oh, she gonna have to come out here and help me, because I'm not gonna be able to finish. But I went ahead and powered through. And then when I had I kid y'all not. I had about 12 inches left, maybe 24, maybe 2 feet left of one strip of snow. Then she gonna peek her head out like, do you still need me to come and help you, baby? But see, a part of me was mad, but there was another part of me who, because she worked from home. And so she had been working all day. And that was her thing. Like, oh, I just finished up all my work. Do you still need me to come and help you, baby? I'm like, oh. And I had to pause. Because I wanted to say either the H word or the F word. But I had to hold it in. Because she could see what I got left. Like when she look out the window, I'm in the driveway with my one little strip that was, 2 feet long and maybe that wide. That's 2, maybe 3. But oh my goodness. So I wanted to say H no or F no. But I was just like, nah, I got it. I got it. Thank you. Thank you. Oh. But yeah, y'all want these young boys to come out and shovel y'all snow. Mad because the young boys ain't shoveling what was in my yard, 13 inches of snow. 13 inches of snow. They talk about 8 and 11. It was 13 inches of snow. And that was the low areas where it had kind of blew and drifted. It was much higher than that. Like for real, it was up to my knees. It was up to my knees in certain parts. So yeah, talking about the young when I was a young boy, we used to get out there and make that money shoveling snow. Okay, and some of them was like, yeah, and I had some young boys come to my house, and I said, okay, you shovel my snow, but how much? And they said they gonna tell me $100. I ain't paying no $100 for nobody to shovel my snow. So you lazy and cheap, and mad at the young boys. That is not a $20 snow job. I said I got 50. 50? Get your lazy behind up and shovel that snow with yourself. Trying to cheat them young boys. Now, again, Jerica, I'm giving you a little bit of a pass because you're a woman. And, some women, oh, I need help. Oh, I need help. Okay, I get y'all. I don't like all of that. I'm still finishing up the hellos though. DeWanda, hello. I think that might be about it. I think that's it. That's all the hellos. Now I see y'all been sending messages. I haven't seen the messages. But yeah. No, I'm not new. You said you didn't believe I was a black guy when you last saw me. Oh, Big McDougal? Yeah, that don't sound like a black man's name. That don't. Were you adopted? McDougal is clearly a white. I don't know. I see Janice in the house. Good afternoon, Janice. Roxanne Baker. All right. A first-time listener, viewer, representing Gulf Manor, Roxanne Baker in the house. Good afternoon and welcome to the show. Ben says, snowblower's only $300. I'm getting me one. I am. I'm getting me one. I feel, we better get some snow, though. But look, yesterday, boom, would have paid for it right there. Because, boy, this hamstring. And I was just talking to little baby and to the little girl. And I was telling them, the little baby ain't never been sledding. And I'm like, oh, I hope we get a good snow. And I felt like we wasn't, because it was warm all the way through. It was like 50-something degrees New Year's Eve. At least I think it was. It was warm. It's been warm, and I'm like, we ain't gonna get no snow. And January. Like, oh, you didn't think you was gonna get no snow? It just dropped it all on us. So I'm like, in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, cool. You know, my employer said, do not come to work. Too much snow. I said, okay, cool. I knew she wasn't gonna have school. I was like, all right, good. I'll be able to go pick up the little baby, find a hill. Of course, I was thinking all of this stuff would happen today. I knew I had to, dig out yesterday. I was thinking I'm gonna be able to go find a hill, and it was a good hill around to go sledding. Like we had a hill in our backyard when I was growing up, and that's where we went sledding. Then when I lived in the Hamilton Fairfield area, there was a nice park up there with a nice hill, and everybody went there and went sledding. Where is a good place to go sledding here in Cincinnati? Because I've never done it, other than, like I said, in the backyard. But yeah, that was the plan. And then I pulled this daggone hamstring, and I can't be out there. I can't do it. Twin.
What's up, E-Man, little man?
Hey, what's up with you, Eugene?
Hey, silly, man.
It's your name.
Happy New Year's, E-Man. You and the family, little baby. And
hold on. Stop.
No, I gotta mess with you.
Hold on. No. You can mess with me about that, but
what's up?
We're only in one new year, okay? We've ushered in one new year, so it's
when people
Happy New Year. There's no S on there. There's no reason to put an S on there.
So how many Kroger's in Cincinnati and Georgia?
There is one Kroger Corporation with a number of different stores. So you work at a Kroger store.
I work at the Kroger's at Finneytown.
No.
I used to work at the Kroger's in Woodlawn.
No, number
Kroger's
one.
in Northgate.
You would
terrible.
work at the Kroger in Finneytown. You don't work at multiple Kroger restaurants even in Finneytown. I mean restaurants. Grocery stores in Finneytown.
Yes, I do.
You work at the one Kroger store in Finneytown.
I worked at Woodlawn when they need me. I work at Northgate when they need me. College Hill.
But the Kroger store in Finneytown is singular.
You're not about to start 2025 with that mess you did last year, year after.
It's Kroger. You work at Kroger, the Kroger company.
Hey, people put New Year's when they say the S on New Year's and everything. It's mean a blessing, man. That's all it is.
What?
When they say that.
What?
I'm saying when people put the S on there, they don't mean New Year's. It's mean blessing, man.
That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense.
This was the whole school told me when I was a shorty. I asked the same thing, man. He said, you know what, young blood, I'm going to tell you. People say that because of a blessing that you prosper. That's all it is. It makes a whole lot of sense, man.
Okay, what else you got?
I know. I hate to be wrong,
because you're very wrong on that. But I'm gonna let it slide.
That's what OG told me when I was a shorty, man.
We're not talking about old Dave, are we?
No.
Okay.
No. Hey, where your brother at, man? I ain't seen him in the chat. He's still in the land of the living?
To my knowledge.
Oh, I ain't seen him in the chat. He must be, plotting on something to do in Cincinnati or something, or go back to a Kroger's and rip off his shirt like Hulk Hogan or something.
And what's on your mind? Did you, because this is my first show of the new year. Did you?
No, I don't believe in it.
You don't believe it? You don't believe it? You just said Happy New Year. How do you not believe in a new year?
I don't believe in New Year's resolution. You was gonna say that.
I didn't say nothing about New Year's
All right,
resolution.
what you was gonna say, player?
I was going to ask you about New Year's resolutions, but I didn't say it, so.
Hey, you nasty, man, already. Come on, let's have a good year, man. You like that, man. I see, man. Why, E? Why, E?
Hold on, for real. But, Twin, hold on, for real. You really don't believe in, let me get it out. You really don't believe in making up your mind that you're going to do something different?
No, I make up my mind all the time to see what I can better myself, what mistakes and,
And so you don't take time out at the end of 1 year going into the new year to evaluate?
No, because I'm not going to keep it. That's like a promise. Hey, I'm 350. You think if I keep on losing, I'm 350 and everything, I keep eating these ding dongs and honey bun, I'm not going to I ain't going to lose no weight. If I put my mindset to it to lose that 350, and my goal is to get to what, 250,
but
hey,
it don't,
and I keep eating them ding dongs and all.
You don't have to. It doesn't have.
That's a promise you making, man. If you do that New Year's resolution.
No. It's
you don't think so?
No, I think it's like how you said every day or on a regular basis you evaluate and decide what you may or may not need to change. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
I mean,
it's just one that's done at the end of the year.
It's just like the clock turning forward, man. Another year, man. It's just where's your goal? Where's your mindset? You can do that every day. Just like people say happy birthday and Christmas and all that extra stuff. No, I can give you a gift every day if I want to.
So you don't even say happy birthday?
No, I'm just saying how people celebrate, birthdays and Christmas and not. No, you get a gift for me every day or whatever. Anything you want. It's a blessing. Here, take this.
All right.
So I do. I mean, that's how I treat it and look at it like that.
I don't believe you, but
your birthday.
I'll take your
word
word
for
for
your birthday. Here, this what you need. Here you go. So that's how it is, man. You're going to start off the show right this year, man. You've been gone 2.5 weeks. You ate that pound cake from Texas and got sick, and next thing you know, your equipment blew up. Did you get some new equipment, by the way, man?
Well, yes and no.
There you go.
Let me answer. Let me explain. I bought a new laptop. I bought a new MacBook Pro, and I've been using that for my production needs. But I haven't, and I don't intend on integrating that into this here. I intend on buying a new Mac Mini M4 Pro. But that'll be in a couple months. So yes, I have new equipment, but for the purposes of this, I'm using the same old equipment.
Maybe you need a GoFundMe page or something like that. You want me to set it up for you?
Well, no. You said you give gifts every day. So I could use a Mac Mini M4 Pro. Don't matter if it's my birthday or Christmas or whatever. You give gifts every day. So there you go. Just go buy me one.
I don't know nothing about it.
It don't matter. Apple Store. Right up in Kenwood. Up in Kenwood Town Center.
And what the ask?
Apple Mac Mini. Well, you don't even have to say Apple because you'll be in the Apple Store. A Mac Mini M4 Pro.
Mac Mini M Pro 4, whatever you say.
That'll be good enough.
My daughter.
All right.
All right.
When can I expect it?
I don't know, man, if I ever go out there, because I don't like going out there.
But you say you give gifts every day. I'm asking you for a gift, bro. You give gifts every day. You don't believe in Christmas gifts and birthday gifts and all them special gifts, but you give gifts every day.
I ain't say to you, though. But if you want me, I'll look out for, Diddy or whatever, but, I'll look out for it.
Okay.
If they M Pro 4, whatever you just said.
That'll be good enough. They'll know what you mean.
She with all that equipment.
No, even if you just say info Pro or whatever, they'll know exactly what you mean, and they'll pick it up, they'll bag it up, they'll take your $2,000, and you can bring it to me.
Hold on. You put too many zeros behind that, player. You said what?
They'll take your $2,000, and you can bring it to me.
That's how much it costs?
Well, okay, around $15.99. I might have exaggerated a little bit.
Well, we going on Tubi for that one then, or Amazon. So we can get you one. Tubi got one. Tubi got Amazon.
I definitely don't want. I do not want a Temu Apple M4 Pro. No.
No, I don't see what's the fair price on that. You put a lot of zeros behind that player. I thought you were gonna say 250, 300. You tell us 2,000. Come on, E.
Nah, bro, this stuff ain't cheap. This stuff ain't cheap. I don't be buying the cheap stuff.
I see now. I don't know nothing about it though. I ain't with all that technology and everything. I call people hook it up for me. I ain't with all that, man.
Well, just save up your money. I believe in you.
Well, never know. Hey, I might look out for you.
All right.
You put some zeros behind that player.
I believe in you.
I thought you were gonna say 200, 300, 400. I got you, but you add a lot of zeros behind that.
Yeah.
Hey, man, what's new, man?
Nothing. They freaking over at Fox Sports.
There ain't nothing new, man. Everybody coming out the closet, man. Ever since Bill Cosby and R. Kelly. They telling now, man. They just telling. They tired of getting paid for insurance policies or something, man.
They are telling.
Tell. You touch me, man. I ain't gone with that. You was engaged and you saw her touch. You was accessory to the crime too. So all y'all guilty. I don't believe in none of that, man. So it is what it is. Y'all knew what was happening 20, 30 years ago. All of a sudden, some lady said, you can get paid. It's a good hustle. Get 2-3 million out of it.
Oh, my goodness.
Look what's happened.
How is it? I mean, wait. How is it 2025 and brothers are still defending Bill Cosby raping people?
Hey, let me fill you in on something, man. I don't know Bill Cosby like that, or whatever. The other celebrities I don't know, but I knew about R. Kelly and that thing. I've seen R. Kelly way before he got rich or high ranking in the music industry. We knew about R. Kelly. We knew what he was doing, capable of doing, whatever. So to sit up there and you know how this man is and think he had an ATM machine, you don't get a record deal going, all of a sudden he touched. And the industry know about this 20, 30 years ago. Come on, man. And I ain't go sit up there. No, you ain't going backstage with him. I know what he go get out, how he get out. No. So before he got locked up, I seen it. And, I can't too much talk about it, but I was like, man. And then that came out, and I was like, yeah, that's him. Or whatever, but I ain't gonna sit up there and say my daughter, no, you can go to his concert. You can go to the concert, but if you actually go backstage, his partner, no. You stay right here. I wouldn't do that, man.
I'm not sure what the point of that story was.
The point is what you just said, man.
What?
What you just said about Bill Cosby 20, 30 years ago and all that. I said I didn't know Bill Cosby. I know R. Kelly. I've been around.
No. What I said is I can't believe it's 2025 and brothers are still calling in defending Bill Cosby from raping chicks. I just can't believe it. When is it gonna like get in people's heads that that's wrong?
Come on, I don't condone nothing like that. But you got, just like you got what Hugh Hefner was doing, Trump did it, whoever. Is they in jail? No. So America, hey, the land of the free. Hey, you can do whatever you want to. Hey, but there's some consequences, whatever, behind it when it comes to a brother.
But y'all defending him, like y'all not even saying. I could understand if what y'all were.
It ain't the point of defending.
That's what y'all doing.
Y'all still. Point of defend it. No, it's not the point of defend it. It's just crazy how we knew about this. They just now bringing it up. It ain't nothing but a hustle, man. That's all it's a come up. Some people got together. They got together with his ex-wife and other people. Hey, we could get him like this and all that. And, oh yeah, that's what they did.
What
ain't nothing but a come up.
What ex-wife are you talking about?
R. Kelly ex-wife, man.
So okay.
You don't know the story, man.
Hold on, no,
you just know he. I know what went behind, what went on.
What are you, twin?
What, man?
You are confusing the F out of me because you were talking.
Oh, you don't know the story.
You were defending Bill Cosby. You were defending.
I'm defending all of them, man. I mean, I don't condone what they did. It is
Then
what
stop
it is.
defending them. If you don't condone it, stop defending it. It's that simple.
No, I wouldn't recommend nobody rape nobody or put drugs in their thing. No.
So then stop defending it. You don't.
No,
hold on. No. Stop right there. Just, I don't condone it, and it's wrong. Period. And then just let that be.
Hey, when Dana White slapped the brakes off his wife, what happened?
He got in a lot of trouble from people.
When Ben Roethlisberger, the ex-Steelers quarterback, was back there banging old girl and everything, and they holler rape, what happened?
He got in trouble from a lot of people.
He got what?
He got in trouble by a lot of people. A lot of people criticized him for that.
They get to go home, right? Robert Kraft went home, right?
He got criticized by a lot of people.
They didn't go to jail, did they?
But
They
again,
didn't freeze their account.
but
did
again,
they?
twin.
They didn't go to jail. They
But
didn't freeze their account, did they?
But twin.
Come on, man. You can't have it both ways, man.
Twin, your defense.
I don't care. No, I don't care, man. Right is right quick. No.
Twin.
You ain't gonna put that in my, no. I know, twin, nothing. You ain't gonna put it in my face, man.
I definitely ain't gonna put it in your face.
Man, but to sit up there and no, I'm rad with my brothers. Forget that.
What?
I'm around my black people, man. No. Even though they did that, hey, no. I wasn't there no way. Matter of fact, I don't know what went on. You said he did. I don't know if it's true or not.
I can't believe, for real, y'all. We're in 2025, and we are still having an issue with just saying, period, it's wrong, no matter who does it.
I said it's wrong, but to sit up there to say...
No, you just said, I'm standing with my black brothers. If it's wrong, you don't stand with them on their wrong.
No, the fact is I'm making that, the point I'm making that they get to go to jail. But these other ones out here that did slap their girls and did everything, they don't get to do that. They get to go home. Wake up to, soft legs next to them or whatever the case may be. See, they keep. That's the point I'm making.
Well, but that's
crazy,
not,
man.
hold on, but that's not always the case. See, here's what, what's his name? The one that had the island and was bringing the girls there. And
they killed him because he knew too much.
But they killed him where?
They killed him.
They killed him where? They killed him where?
They killed him in a joint.
Right. So to
they claim he committed suicide.
Okay.
He didn't commit suicide.
Whatever.
Where's the camera at?
I don't know whether he committed suicide or not. But to say that black men go to jail and white men get to go home, they killed him where?
In a joint.
So he wasn't at home, right? Circumstances.
Man, so much on that boat, man, that went down. Why you think they got rid of old girls? That was the fastest case I ever seen in my life. A Fed case like that. Besides T.G. Sinfield getting out or whatever. But the fastest wrapped up case I ever known that somebody get found guilty and get swept away that quick, man. She got swept away. She didn't even get a phone call or nothing. Guilty. Get her. Come on, man. They knew what went down on that boat. That ain't nothing new. They knew they had so many evidence. Why you think they ain't released the list yet, man? So many people on that, they ain't gonna never release that list. List.
At 3:07, when I went live, I had no idea that
Twin was gonna come on.
Twin was gonna call in, or that anybody would call in, and that I would be having a conversation where somebody is still defending Bill Cosby.
Hey, ain't nothing new. Y'all talk about that Trump stuff and the other stuff, so ain't nothing new. They still talking about it on TV. They still talking about Bill Cosby, so what's new?
Nothing's new.
Okay,
anything else? You got anything else?
I don't know. What else to talk about?
Nothing. You done said it all.
Sabotage your computer.
No, you done said it all.
Basement. I know you just want to get me off now, huh?
Yeah, you done said everything that need to be said.
Well, let me think of something.
I ain't
gonna say the wrestling thing. I know.
Now you just gotta think of something. You really don't have to think of anything. We can just say Happy New Year's. go ahead and get back to work at Kroger's. I can't wait for my apples and have a good days.
What happens?
My apples that you about to go to the Apples store and buy.
Man, you talking about you saying $200-300, $2,000 to $3,000, whatever you put that price tag on, man. I thought it was $400-500. I got you, but no, you put too many zeros behind that.
Well, you can put 500 on it.
I ain't say, hey, no, this ain't no layaway Walmart type deal. What are you talking about?
No, I'm saying you can bring me 500. I'll take 500 right now.
Yeah, right. Well, all right. Well, I'm going to holler at you, man. I'm going to cut this conversation real short right here.
All right, Eugene's. Have a good one. All right. That was Twin. I promise y'all, I had no idea that Cosby was going to come up in 2025. What? B-Rap.
Happy New Year, man. What's going on with you?
Hey, Happy New Year to you as well.
I had looked up what you was talking about. What is it? The Apple M4.
Yeah, M4 Pro.
They got an Klarna for $599.
No. The Mac Mini M4 Pro. You're looking at the base model M4. I'm talking about the M4 with the M4 Pro chip in it.
Oh, bro, that's $4,300.
No. I think the one I'm looking at is like $1,599.
Okay, I see one for $1,399.
Yeah, and I'm probably adding a little bit of storage to it.
What
So-
what does it do?
It's just a computer.
Oh, it's just a computer. Got you. Okay, man, I'm going into media school this year.
All right.
Any advice you can give a young brother about the game?
What kind of media are you looking to get into?
Mainly, I want to learn like behind the scenes stuff, audio, video production, editing, technical stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like anything that I.
What would you like to?
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
What would you like to eventually do with it?
Good question, man. Eventually, what I would want to do, I don't want to say too much on here because I have plans. But eventually, what I would want to do is like learn behind the camera things as far as like editing and like as far as really my main thing I want to learn is how to be a cold ass editor.
Okay. And where are you planning on going to school?
Just Ohio Media School.
Ohio Media School.
Yeah.
I would say my advice to you, and really it's just general advice to anybody wanting to do anything, is learn all that you can about it. In terms of the game, it is clearly I'm not in the game. You know what I'm saying? I'm in my basement at my house.
But you were though.
Well,
you know radio personalities,
but
you know technical producers and editors, them people.
But understand, the radio game is different than all of these other games, right? So in terms of, like, you don't want to be a radio person, right? Because you're talking video editing.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind, like you said, I wouldn't mind learning a little bit of everything as far as like, they do have things like you have to get a credit where you have to host a radio. You have to host a radio broadcast for at least like 30 minutes once a month or something like that. So I like you said, I wouldn't mind learning a little bit of everything. I don't want
Which is always good.
A jack of all. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, that's always good to learn. The more you know, the better.
Yeah, but sometimes, man, can't you be a master of none? You get what I'm saying?
I do see what you're saying. Different people do things different ways, right? And what I'm saying is find whatever your passion is, right?
Got you.
And I mean, you really want to hone in on that, but you still want to learn everything around it.
True.
So,
True.
you know, you'll be good at doing things, but you don't want to be that guy who's really good at this, but that's it. You totally clueless about everything else. Because then you're at the mercy of everybody else to do everything for you. And I mean, that can work out, but usually that's not the best way to be. But here's what I'll say. My situation was a little unique. The way that I got into the radio game was through my brother. So I didn't have to go through a lot of the stuff that other people had to go through to get in. So in all honesty, I can't tell you how hard it is to break in radio because I don't know. That wasn't my experience. But what I do know from having hired a couple of people and from having trained a whole lot of people is that just be open to learn, be easy to work with, as easy as possible to work with. Don't let nobody run you over. But be easy to work with and open to learn and listen. And, you know, a hard worker, you'll probably end up successful.
Dude, okay, that's what's up. I appreciate that advice, man. So as far as you like say don't let nobody, how could you be a pushover? Like, yeah, go get that camera equipment for me. Set this up the way I want. Like, is that what you mean by being a pushover?
Well, it all depends on what your job is. It all depends on what your job is. Like if your if your job is, you know what I'm saying, you're you know, the assistant to the whatever camera guy, and he comes in, you carry his gear, he tells you set this up, because that's an actual job.
Right, yeah.
So yeah, if he telling you go set that up, go set it up. You know what I'm saying? And do the best job you can or whatever. But you'll know. I would like to, hopefully, you'll know when somebody trying to get over on you. Like, you know what I'm saying? And don't, because people will get over on you in almost any industry, anywhere. There are people who will try to get over on you. I worked at a company. I'm not going to say nothing. You know, it's 2025. My attitude about a lot of stuff is slightly different than 2024. I told y'all going into 2024, that was my year of just being real, letting it all out, naming names, all of that kind of stuff. 2025.
So before you tell me the story, in other words, you're going into 2025, Emanuel Livingston being less of an asshole. I got you. You good? That's good, brother. Go
If you want to put it that way, then sure.
Got you.
But
what's up, man?
I worked at a place where there was a guy who he had, I'm gonna say he had all the juice, but he was what I'm telling you not to be. He knew his one thing, but he didn't know nothing else. And he tried to make the stuff that he don't know your job, even though it's technically his job to do. It's your job to know when to do this. And it's your job to do that. You can't put that on me. Don't try to make that my job. And he wanted to make it my job. And he was mad at me constantly because I wouldn't do his work for him. I had my own work to do. So, you know what I'm saying? The relationship became a little bit antagonistic, not because I was doing anything wrong, but because I was willing to stand my ground and say, no, Ian, that's your job. I'm not doing your job for you, you know? And, I mean, he would, you know, go crazy. And I'm like, bruh, that's your job. You do your own job.
Right.
So.
You ain't talking. That was a Mr. Ware voice.
I do not do a Mr. Ware voice. That was just a voice. It was just a voice that popped into my head. But I'm just telling you,
okay.
you gotta know, you know what I'm saying? Know your job and know their job, and don't let them force you into doing their job. But sometimes, you know what I'm saying? You want to be nice and do different things, but
helpful,
yeah. But that would be the advice that I would give you.
That's great advice, man. You know, because when I listen, because I'm trying to get more in tune with the production. I'm even starting to read credits when movies go off to see different types of things that people do. You know what I'm saying? As far as when television shows go off and see the different type of avenues and things I could go into or whatever.
So but that's why I
And
was. But hold on, that's why I was asking you earlier. Are you? I would not suggest to anyone to go into radio. Radio is dying in terms of jobs and money.
Right.
People ain't really making big money in radio no more. Them times is
Well, it ain't like I said. I want to it really ain't just solely radio. I want to learn everything, but also I want to be behind the scenes producing things as well. Like that's really my main goal is learn how to produce and eventually turn executive producing something.
okay.
With all the other skills that I have in my back pocket. Like, you know what I mean?
Okay. Well, again, the advice that I gave you, I stand by. But I would say I do have a little bit of experience in a lot of different areas. And so as you go through your journey, I wouldn't have any problems, kind of helping or I would say sharing my thoughts and experiences with you to, maybe help you make better decisions in terms of, or make the best decision with whatever it is in front of you.
Can I ask you, give me because I like Raven.
Okay.
This is my thing. Why do a lot of older black male adults attack her the way that they attack her? You can have a disagreement with somebody, but to get on here and call her fat bees, and that's just totally out of line. You could say, well, Raven, I don't agree with your stand, and this is why, and have an intellectual conversation about what the things that she does that you disagree with.
Mm-hmm.
Why do they attack her so much? I don't understand that part.
I think I understand it. And this is a conclusion that I came to a while ago, but then for whatever reason, while I was out there shoveling with a pulled hamstring, this came to my mind. And for real, I think it's the same thing with me, and it's just across the board. There are certain people who, I'm not going to use Raven. I'm going to use me, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm 5'5". I'm a little overweight. You know what I'm saying? I'm not what would you call a conventionally handsome guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you fat. Just say you fat, pudgy, and ugly. Go ahead and say it.
I wouldn't go that far, but you know what I'm saying.
I'm just joking, man.
But I know. But the fact that I have the confidence that I have, I think offends some people. When you don't look like or act like people think you supposed to, like I think what happens is people look at me. People look at Raven and, other people, and they like, how dare you have the confidence to be you? How dare you have the confidence to say, I'm wrong? You're not supposed to be confident in who you are. You know what I'm saying? You only 5'5". Who are you to be confident? You're not supposed to be willing to take a hard stand and tell me. How you gonna tell me I'm wrong and you look like that? You know what I'm saying? And so for a lot of people, it's offensive to them. The confidence that a Raven has, or the confidence that I have. And it's not, a thing of, and I guess in their mind, they perceive it as an arrogance because we're not supposed to be confident because we don't fit whatever they've made up in their mind a confident person is. You ain't got a lot of money. Rich people can be confident. Fine people can be confident. Tall ends can be confident. Beautiful women can be confident. Sexy men can be confident. These are the people who they feel like can be so confident that they can go on the air and talk to thousands of people and share their opinions and argue their opinions. And if you don't fit in their mode, then I don't like you, because basically you got the confidence that I wish I had. And I feel like I got more tools than you got. So how dare you have that kind of confidence, you lesbian? How dare you have that kind of confidence, you short MF? How dare you have that kind of confidence? You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what it is they don't have the confidence in themselves, and seeing that in somebody that don't rank in their mind is offensive.
And you know what else is amazing to me? That Okay, like yeah, y'all would say like down the dial or whatever, and you know how racist that radio station is.
Mm-hmm.
You know, during the police shootings of killing on video, not even allegedly, police, not even allegedly killing people, black people specifically, who don't have any threat towards them, for that radio station down the dial to say them things was justified. I would figure, okay, I would show a little bit more respect to them same people who attack you or who attack Raven, would call down the dial and attack those white folks the same vitriol that the way that they attack Raven, but they don't. Why is that?
Um,
Like for example, like the one guy was calling Raven, like man, he called her, he told her he disrespected her on air. Like it was funny. Don't get me wrong, but I wasn't laughing at Raven. I was
right.
more laughing at how stupid he sounded. But you won't have that same vitriol for a white person who would do something to your even though you don't know her, your black sister. Like, and that's disgusting to me, man. Like,
Well,
you don't
here,
call down and down and be like, you white racist. You ain't S. You can't even cuss on my station live on the airwaves. You ain't shit. Yeah, go ahead and drop me. You saying this? Yeah, we got to drop this caller. You know what I'm saying? Like, they won't do that, though. Like, it
but
seemed like I only get attacked. I would get attacked, and I hate to say this, because a lot of black people are starting to become a little bit more aware of what they're doing. But sometimes I could get attacked way worse from somebody who look like me than somebody who doesn't look like me. You get what I'm saying?
yeah. But here's why I think that is. I'm not even gonna talk to that, but it's the same mentality. When I lived in Evanston for a while, there's some streets over there, and I'm not good with remembering stuff like that. But there's some streets over there in Evanston that basically go right up against Hyde Park. Okay? It's at Hyde Park or Oakley or whatever it is. It's, look, I'm walking down the street, and on one side of the street, people hanging out on the corner. It's nasty, it's dirty, and, people doing whatever. On the other side of the street, nice houses. Those guys will not cross the street. They understand that, or at least in their minds, that's the good side of the street. I'm on this side of the street. I don't mess up that side. I'll mess up my own, but I'm not going to mess up theirs. Why? Because I feel like maybe there'll be consequences if I mess up over there. I feel like the pushback will be too heavy if I mess up over there. I can kill somebody on this side of the street. Yeah, the police will come. They'll investigate. It'll be all good. If I kill somebody on that side of the street, probably 24 hours later, I'm in jail and I'm facing, life in prison or the death penalty. They understand in their minds, which is, there's some truth to it. It's okay to be this way with my people. I can be nasty, rude, disrespectful, any other thing that you want to call it. But when I'm dealing with those people, white people for the most part, when I'm dealing with white people, I have to conduct myself in a certain kind of respectful way. Now, I might feel however I feel, but they're not going to cross that street and act a fool. I think the same thing happens when you're talking about, on the radio or how people deal with people. A lot of people will cuss they black coworker to get on their nerves out, but they might report the white person to HR because they understand. And it's not, somebody said that it's self-hate, and it might be to a large degree it is, but for whatever reason, and maybe it is self-hate, they respect. There's a level of respect. Even if I disagree, like you said, 700, racist as hell. Racist as hell. But they will not call 700 and even if they get up the nerve to call them and tell them that's racist, the overwhelming majority wouldn't do it in a disrespectful way. They was,
No, they wouldn't.
I don't agree with you, Willie. I just believe that they not gonna call in and, you know, be like, Bill Cunningham, you a punk, ugly ass racist. I don't know, you know what I'm saying? They not gonna do that.
Mm-hmm.
But
that's what I don't like. That's what I can't respect.
But I think it really does come down to the way you value you and your people and the level of comfortability with being disrespectful to your people. And I think a lot of us, not all of us, but a lot of us are quite comfortable being disrespectful to our own, whereas we wouldn't do it to somebody else. And it is sad.
That's something mentally, I think that's installed in our DNA, where you could take 5 white people and you can control 50 black people through mental acquisition. Like, you get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's stemmed in our DNA from slavery and from Jim Crow. But I can understand. I'm gonna go. Let's switch gears for a minute,
All right,
man, because I'm starting to piss myself off.
Don't do that.
Because this pisses me off. What you think about Joy Taylor? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, do you feel like it's justifiable for women to use what they got to get ahead? Like, do you feel like Kamala Harris did the same thing on a different level as to what Joy Taylor did?
Well, first,
do you see anything wrong with it?
First, let me say, I don't know that Kamala Harris did it. I don't know that Joy Taylor did it. There's an accusation.
Her way to the top.
There are accusations out there, but I don't know enough to say that those accusations are true. So I want to start out by saying that. But now let's assume, for the sake of the conversation, let's assume Kamala slept her way to the top. Let's assume Joy Taylor slept her way to the top. All right. Assume, whoever. How do I feel? Would I want my daughter to sleep her way to the top? No. But if that, who am I to judge, like, on that level? I'm trying to, like, be careful with the way I say it. I don't like it, okay? I don't think it's right. But just because I don't think it's right, that's how I feel about it, okay? So, for example, no, this is not for example. You get where you get however you get there. Because I'm certain there are people who would have looked at me in the radio space and said, bro, you didn't work your way to the top. Your brother was there. That was nepotism. And for somebody, I'm sure that's just as bad as some chick sleeping her way to the top. Like, oh, he had sex with the manager, but your brother knew the manager, and that's how you got hired, So, yeah, you get there how you get there, and hopefully it's your talent that keep you there. But I don't know, man. I'm not in the space to judge. Do it seem wrong? Sure. But when you really think about it, who's the person doing the wrong? Just because you give me the draws, I'm going to give you a promotion? I'm the wrong person for that. I ain't got no business giving you a promotion because I got the draws. So you can't blame necessarily the woman who slept her way to the top. I mean, sure, she has some accountability in it, but who helped push her to the top? Who was sleeping with her and pushed her to the top? I think they're more responsible for the action. So for me, the VP or whatever, he's more at fault. The dude that she was sleeping with is more at fault than she is. She took advantage of a situation. I don't know that I blame her if her morals is such that it's okay for me to sleep around. Then she, in her mind, she ain't doing nothing wrong. She ain't doing nothing probably that she wouldn't already be doing. Just now she's getting some benefit from it.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Now, there was a thing where the lady said in there that she did at one point say, well, once he's no longer useful, I'm going to go to the Fox heads and say he forced himself on me. That I don't like. That's terrible. That is horrible. But in terms of, you know what I'm saying, I'm a whore and I don't mind being a whore. So since I'm a whore, whoring will get me a better job and more money, then okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you hit it. Well, you said it. If I'm going to sleep around, I might as well sleep around and get something out of it.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line. Yeah, I agree. I agree with what you're saying. That's what's up. I like that take on that. I like that take. I'm gonna let you go soon. I just want to, ask some more questions because I barely call.
All right.
Any predictions on, after how we entered this new year of the things that we saw, the tragedies that's happening in Baltimore and
New Orleans and Las Vegas.
There was another one too. Where was it? Las Vegas?
Yeah.
Yeah. Any predictions for this year you see as far as political wise, like laws being passed? Any predictions from you of what's going to happen in 2025?
Look, I hope I'm wrong. Okay? I want to start off by saying that. I hope I'm wrong. Mm-hmm. I think 2025, 2026, 2027, maybe 2028 is going to be horrible. I think, and I think some of this stuff, again, I'm being careful because I don't want to overstate. I genuinely believe that our incoming president-elect, has set a tone for the country. Mm-hmm. And him and his followers, where, violence is okay. Political violence is okay now in their minds. I mean, January 6th was political violence, and they still won't say that that was wrong. So how do you say on one side political violence is okay, and on the other side, that political violence is wrong? So I think a lot of people, people always, why don't the Democrats do the same things the Republicans do? And I think this is why I've always been against it, because you can't fight political violence with political violence, because then you just end up with a civil war.
With a civil war, right.
So I think that we're not coming to a true civil war, but I think we're coming to a place where Donald Trump, and my prediction is, he's gonna do a lot of nonsense. Some of it I'm gonna be a little happy about.
National politics,
yes.
Worldwide, or just all over the board.
All over. Some of it I'm gonna be okay with, even though on its face I'm not okay with it. I really do believe they're gonna be deporting a whole lot of people. Which, I'm saying, people come here, for a better life, and how can you be against that? But y'all decided to vote for him. So then he's
going to be deporting a whole lot of people, but also he still wants to bring people in. And him and Elon Musk basically called the base that voted for him stupid. And y'all can't do these jobs. So while I'm deporting these people, I'm going to still bring people in for the jobs I know y'all dumbasses can't do.
Yes.
It's his own base.
And so I'm not going to like that they are treating some of my Latino brothers and sisters the way that they going to treat them. But I'm going to be looking at them like, that's what y'all voted for, dummies. You know what I'm saying? That's what y'all decided that y'all wanted because y'all chose not to see through the facade that was so easy to see through. I think he's going to be as entertaining as he was the first time around.
I don't think he is. This is not the same Donald Trump from 2016, man. I totally disagree with you. I think this Trump is going to be stupid, but not stupidly entertaining. I think it's going to be stupid, disgraceful. Stupid to a point to where you're shaking your head and looking at the television like, I can't believe they voted this guy in. That's the type of entertainment I think he's going to provide. It's not comical entertainment.
Right.
But disgraceful.
Yes.
Stupid entertainment.
And that's exactly what I think that was what the 2016 was too. I always thought almost everything he did was disgraceful.
Well,
So
I think, true. I agree with you on that aspect, but the 2016 was a little bit more comical, just a touch. Like, I think that's even about to be out the window.
yeah, okay, all right. But
Yeah.
look, I think he's gonna make some decisions. I think the economy's gonna get much worse, and then a Democrat is gonna have to come in, and it's the same cycle. Republican gets in, the economy gets bad. A Democrat gets in, kind of fix it and builds it up. A Republican comes in, it gets bad. A Democrat comes in and fix it and builds it. It's the same cycle, and I think that's
Ever
what
and
we're
over.
gonna see.
Why can't people see that that this guy is not for his base, that he's for the billionaires and the swamp he claiming he's going to drain. He's in with those people. Is people like they don't want to look at it?
Be
Are people so
no,
blindly racist?
yes, I
Are they
think
just
if you if
are the American population? Are we stupid? Like is America dumb?
I think it's a little bit of the last two combined. I think there are a lot of people who aren't all that good at using logic and reason, and I think there are a lot of people who, if I give you the right person to hate, you will ignore everything else because we hate the same people. So I think that's kind of what it is. Like he plays on the racism of America. We got a common enemy, and that's non-white people. So we got to band together. We got to all stand together. I stand with you. Now, I'm not even paying attention to what you're saying that you're going to do. I just know we hate the same people. And if we hate the same people, you got my support. You got my vote. I love you. But then when it all come down, like, wait a minute. But we hate the same people. We might hate the same people, but we don't have the same interests. And I think that's what a lot of those people are going to find out. Just because y'all hated the same people don't mean y'all got the same interests.
And you know what else is amazing to me after everything we just discussed and talked about? You will have a caller that calls in and be like, well, Kamala would have been a lot worse than Donald Trump was. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, after all the criticism. So it's not even about it is about who's worse and who would have been better. In my opinion, Kamala don't have any experience. But I feel like a lot of people looked at it like, well, I want the guy who got a little bit more experience, despite the things that he says, he does, the rape allegations. I'm still going to put this guy in over Kamala instead of just giving a fresh start, into the country. And I think Kamala hurted herself a little bit when they asked her a question like, well, are you going to do things differently from Joe Biden? And she said, and she really basically in so many words said no. And a lot of people was over Biden, and they didn't want to keep that type of leadership going for the country. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like this is my thing going into 2025, right?
All right.
If anything happens to a man, woman, or a child that has to do with unjustifiable, state-sanctioned law enforcement, harming, hurting, or killing any man, woman, or child, this is what we need to do as a community. I'm including every 43 to 45 million Black Americans, maybe about 38 truly Black Americans, along with the 6 to 7 million from Africa somewhere.
Okay.
We need to really, because our voices marching in the streets is dead. That's not going to change nothing. Complaining on television, on Instagram accounts, on YouTube is dead. That's not going to change nothing. The only way we will be able to change anything is with our money, people. Now, let me talk to the Emanuel Livingston audience. Now, if anything happens, like I said, to a man, woman, or child in 2025, we need to pick something specific and not spend our money at that specific sort of entity, i.e. neither as a restaurant or a grocery store or anything like that. That won't harm our lives if we withheld our money from an entity. Not buying a hamburger from a restaurant won't change our lives. We have to show these people that the only way we can show them is for number one, we have to come together better. Our disagreements, yes, we can have disagreements, but our disagreements must end amicably. As far as you go home alive, I go home alive, bro. Why are you pulling a gun out on me over a $200 dice game? As black men, we have to intervene with each other. Nah, bro. Y'all had your arguments. That's it. You know, we had our fight. That's it, y'all. We shake hands. We come together. We discuss on how we can make things better. Instead of holding grudges with each other, we have to change our mind frame about how we're going to approach the harm and injustices that's continuing to plague black folks in our community coming up this year. If we don't, I think, my opinion, politically, black folks are going to be extinct. They're not going to care about our vote. They're not going to care about the things that we have to say. If we don't start hurting these people where they really want it is in their pockets. Now we have to have a pact of us or whatever to come online and say, yeah, this week they did this to Brother Tyrone up in Philadelphia. So this week, people, we ain't spending no money at Wendy's. I want all black people who at least maybe, let's just say 10 million less spend daily at Wendy's. Let's not spend no money at Wendy's for the week of February 9th. And let's just see what their stocks look like.
Well,
You
I
get
mean,
what I'm saying, man?
I hear what you're saying. I would agree with that to a certain extent if Wendy's has something to do with it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
No,
you know
I
what I'm saying?
don't any I don't care if Wendy's has something to do with it. Any corporate establishment.
No.
I'm talking about the corporate establishment, because the corporate establishment, to me, that's what they look like the ones who controlling the politicians, the Elon Musk, the George Soros.
But what I'm
They
saying,
know these-
look, I agree, you know, that economics is one of the things that we can affect and that can affect change. But I think it had to be thought out and it had to be purposeful. And to just say, oh, so-and-so was killed in Atlanta, so we not shopping at Wendy's. Like, why? What did Wendy's have to do with it? You know what I'm saying? And just be
Nothing.
arbitrary
You're
with
absolutely
it.
right. I agree with that. But
Okay.
It has to start. Something has to be a starting point. You know what I'm saying? Everything has to be. Every starting point isn't perfect. With starting points, you work kinks out. You change things around as you learn about the growth of what we're doing. But I'm just saying this as a starting point to where, well, okay, 6 months down the line, it'll be more organized to where we're not going to spend our money at, or okay, you know, they putting out corporate apologies, and that's affecting the police departments as well, because the corporations are now looking at the departments and be like, all right, y'all killed somebody. They said, and let's just say, for example, it worked, right? February 9th, not one black person spent a cent at Wendy's because what happened to Tyrone up in Philadelphia unjustifiably.
Okay.
Wendy's gonna look at that and be like, shoot, like, damn, okay, like, you know, they make a corporate of, well, we denounce racism, da da da, and let's just say the racist white people up in the corporations, they still like, okay, these black people, they always do something, but they fall back on something. Let's kill another one down in Florida, you know, and something happened in Florida to an innocent black person. And be like, okay, I think we playing. Like, okay, we went from Wendy's, now let's just not spend no money nowhere. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, it has to be a starting point somewhere. And I think change will come from the power of our pockets and how we spend our money. That's just my opinion.
All right.
Like, if we banning it from shoes, we can go from gym shoes. That's not, you know what I'm saying? It has to start somewhere.
Well, B-Rap, let's give that one some more thought, and we'll discuss it the next time you call in.
That's what's up. I ain't mean to take up all your time, bro. I appreciate you letting me ramble, bro.
Hey, I appreciate your support, man.
All right, thanks, man. I appreciate it.
All right, that was B-Rap. I feel him on the whole, you know, withholding your money and all of that kind of stuff. I think just the, you know, random corporation. Because if it was me, I'd be like, why did I have nothing to do with that? We didn't put out nothing in support of it. We didn't defend it. And now that's a way to turn people against you and your movement, in my opinion. CK.
Hey, man, what's up, brother? How you doing?
Hey, CK, man, I'm doing good. How are you?
Hey, I made it. I ain't make it yesterday. I couldn't make it.
I wasn't here
like
yesterday.
You said. Huh?
I wasn't here yesterday.
No, I'm talking about shit. You made it somewhere. I'm talking about, I heard you digging out on that Facebook. I'm talking about, I didn't make it to the money yesterday.
Oh.
I had to call off. You heard me?
Okay.
Yes. Couldn't dig out. But like you said, my mama talking about buy a shovel. I say, Mama, what are you talking about? Go buy a shovel. I can't even get nowhere. If I can get a shovel, I'm going to dig my way out and go to work. How you going to tell somebody buy a shovel in the middle of a snowstorm? I'm going to borrow from a neighbor just like everybody else. You hear me?
Well,
dig my way out of here. Fred Flintstone style. You hear me?
I hear you.
Yes, sir. Hey, Raven checked me, man. I was like, man. I'm like, see, so, yeah. Like she said, I got mad because she called me a dirty old man. So I was wrong. Because like she said, don't get mad because the truth hurt. But back to you. I'm saying, y'all act like it ain't. You come with aggression, sir. Don't nobody start shit with Livingston. Livingston is the name caller.
What?
You fronted on me. You remember Sister Speak?
I remember Sister Speak.
Yes. Me and you, this a beef. Now, it's a true story. And
Okay.
the people can tell. I'm here to talk. You know me. I always been retarded the whole life. So I'm talking my good stuff. And then here come a Livingston. He's an idiot. Like, this what you said for all the ladies. It's about 3 or 4 over there with you. Ain't none one of them call me no name call. This man starts off the name calling and then wondering why I'm coming right back. I ain't about to take no disrespect.
Well, wait a minute. Hold on.
You don't come with no disrespect.
Wait.
You don't come with I disagree.
Hold on. But CK, it all depends on what you were saying. If what you were saying was idiotic, then it's appropriate to call you an idiot, right?
No, it's not. Because, like you said, you have other intellects on with you. You are the one doing it. You're trying to show off for the ladies. This is why you. If what I said was idiotic, they would have called me a fucking idiot.
No, because they were being
said
Here, let me tell you this. Those ladies, most of them were very polite, and they would not have called you an idiot. They would have just let you continue to say idiotic things, and then found a polite way to say that you're an idiot. Whereas I used to, see, I'm softening up, it's 2025. I used to, though, be much more direct. If you're saying idiotic things, I'll say you're an idiot. If you're, you know what I'm saying, that's just reasonable.
No, it's not. Let me explain, sir. See, I have you beat intellectually because you have a God complex where you think your facts is fact. You don't respect the opinion aspect. Like, you be like, well, that nigga raped her. I'll be like, we don't know. So you know for a fact what he did. So I'm saying, how the fuck do you know? Was you there? Did you see him put his dick in the pussy? I'm like, so I'm saying,
such language.
Most likely, like a lot of black men was set up, like Emmett Till was, and they used niggas like you to get them out of there. Don't forget how they got them out of the bed. It wasn't white people that snatched them out. It was niggas just like you that they convinced they did something wrong. See what I mean? So they convinced that it was something.
But hold on, because what you're saying, again, see, you're bordering on idiotic. So I wanna pause you before you go that far.
Okay.
You asked, was I there? The answer is no, I clearly wasn't there. And again, before I finish this whole statement, I can't believe it's 2025 and we still talking about Bill Cosby. But
no, I can't believe that you still think he's guilty. I'm saying it's the same exact thing. Like, what the fuck wrong with this nigga? He don't understand. The nigga's been set up for this shit for the hundreds of years.
No, because he admitted it. He said he did it. He said he did it.
The Central Park 5 said they did it. What does that mean? I proved that means nothing.
No, that doesn't prove that means nothing. He was not. He was not a child, ignorant of the system, and
What?
intimidated.
Okay.
He was
So
a
let's go.
grown man
Okay,
who
let's
has
say how
gone
it-
through,
so-
used, and manipulated the system himself. So he was very much aware that he did not have to admit to doing anything that he didn't do. So in my mind, you can't compare him to the Central Park Five. These young people who were not aware of the system and potentially intimidated by the system. You can't compare old A Bill Cosby to the Central Park Five. You really should stop doing that.
No, this was gonna make you idiot. This would make you sound idiotic.
Okay.
Just because a man says something doesn't make it fact. That sounds idiotic. You saying, "Oh, he said he did it, so he must have did it." That sounds idiotic. I say I got $1 million. That don't mean I'm a millionaire. You a damn fool to think I'm a millionaire just because I say I got $1 million. He still ain't told me what the fuck was the reason for him saying it. So why would he admit to that? Ain't that the reason why you're dropping the goddamn lawsuit?
No.
Use your fucking brain.
No, he would admit to it because he did it and they had the evidence.
Hold on.
And it's one of those
So if
things. Go ahead.
Okay, talk to me. Yeah, explain that. Because
look.
this shit, now you fucking up.
Look,
You saying so because they know he did it, he admits to it. That's why.
because they had the evidence that he did it, and they had the witness that he did it.
Mm-hmm.
What else you got to do? And so then, yes, I promise you, like, bro, look, I remember being a kid, all right? And I remember somebody did something wrong, and my mama got us all together. And my mama said, look, I know who did it. Now, if you just admit it, then you won't be in as much trouble as if, you know what I'm saying, if I have to expose you.
Mm-hmm.
And then the person who did it said, I did it. And she was like, I knew you did it. But if you'd have let everybody else get in trouble for you doing it, then it would have been hell to pay. But if mama had never said that, that person wouldn't have admitted it and we'd have just all got in trouble and they'd have been cool with it. Sometimes, like we knew when mama said, I know who did it. We knew mama knew who did it. So what's the point of not admitting it and, you know what I'm saying, getting double beaten? I'll just admit it and take what I got coming to me. Now, it would have been foolish in my mind for the person who did it to say, okay, mama, I did it. And then my mama to be like, you didn't do it. You just admitting that you did it, but you didn't really do it. That would be silly.
Okay, now explain. Now listen, see, people like you talk so much. Now explain the millions of people that has been wrongly incarcerated because they openly admitted to something they didn't do.
Again, you are trying to. Again, you are trying to.
You can't even answer. Now hold on, answer that. I said answer.
I'm
Why
trying.
would anybody?
I'm trying to.
You
Would
can't even.
You don't want me to answer?
So what makes him different?
Do you want? Do you want me to answer?
You the one worse.
You don't want me.
You talking over my motherfucking answer.
You don't. You asked the question.
No, you talking over.
Okay, go ahead.
Saying,
ask your question. Ask your question again.
I said, please explain the millions of people that was wrongly incarcerated because they admitted to a crime they didn't do. What makes him any different? He's a human just like them. He's not no motherfucking alien. He's just like them. So what makes him so goddamn different? Please explain.
Because most of those people haven't had many experiences and used and manipulated the court system for their own benefit, whereas Bill Cosby at that point had many run-ins in the court system and manipulated or used the court system for his own benefit. So it's not like he came in, innocent and, ignorant of the way the system works and all of that kind of stuff. He understood thoroughly the system. He didn't get played by the system. He was used to playing the system. That is what makes the difference. A seasoned veteran in the legal system is what makes the difference.
He's a veteran as a comedian, as an actor. He's not a veteran in the system. The system is a veteran in the system.
No. Go back.
Like y'all know the black people better. What are you talking about?
CK, go back and see how many lawsuits and legal issues Bill Cosby has dealt with over his career. I remember Bill Cosby. I watched his video, and this was way before all of the sexual assault stuff. I watched this video of Bill Cosby, and he was on the stand, and he was being cross-examined, I believe, by someone. He was being sued for something. And the lawyer was asking him questions. And this is in court, open court. Bill Cosby's on the stand. And he couldn't get the answer out of Bill Cosby that he wanted Bill Cosby to give. And he said to the judge, objection, Your Honor, he is not answering my question. And Bill Cosby looked at him and the lawyer and said, look, we are in court. I'm trying to win a case. I'm not going to answer the questions the way you want me to answer the questions because I know what I'm doing in here. That is not a man who's going to sit there in a court proceeding and admit to wrongdoing. He had much experience in the criminal or in the legal system to understand this is the way I answer a question. I know the way that I can and the way that I can't. I know what I can say and I know what I can't say. I know what I can get away with and I know what I can't get away with. This was not some doe-eyed guy coming into the system and
So
overwhelmed by the system.
You telling me he's more experienced than the prosecutor? That he got more experience than the lawyer that's doing? You sound crazy. You sound like you the one worship him. You act like he better than every other black person. Well, if he said it, it must be true. You sound like a goddamn fool. That's what dummies say. You so stuck in the media. No,
I'm telling you what I saw, a video that I saw of Bill Cosby answering a question in a way that was advantageous to Bill Cosby and to Bill Cosby's case. He would not answer the question the way that attorney wanted him to answer that question because he knew that it would potentially aid in him losing that case. That is not the guy that's just going to admit to raping people because he was so confused.
And don't forget now, remember, Joy just said, even if I don't get what I want, I would say that he did that. So you know this is their MO. This is what they do.
But we're not talking about what they said. We're talking about him admitting. Right. He admitted. Right. I'm not talking about the girl saying, oh yeah, he did this. They can say that all day. But when he say, yeah, I did that. How do you look at that and be like, no, you lying, you didn't do it? He said he did it.
I'm saying I did with, no, this is what I did with the cases.
Hold on, were you there? Wait. You asked me a question. Again, he is not the Central Park 5. He a grown, he got a doctorate. He's a grown, intelligent man who has plenty of experience in the system. So he's not the Central Park 5. Stop comparing him to them. They were children. He's not.
No, I'm talking about the grown. I'm talking about comparing him to grown people that admit to things they didn't do.
But you keep bringing up the Central Park 5. They were not grown.
But I want to ask you this. No, I said grown people that went to jail because they admitted to crimes they didn't do. He's not the first. He's not the first to be released because they admitted to some shit they didn't do. But I want to ask you this. How do you feel about black women who believe that Bill Cosby is 100% not guilty? What's your opinion on that?
I believe they're confused.
I always want to ask you that.
I believe they're confused.
That's what I'm saying.
And
you don't
they're no different. No, I know what the man said. Now, right. Here's what you're saying, CK. Here's what you're saying. They had evidence. They had witnesses. And they had a confession. Ain't nowhere in the world he did that.
Because the witnesses came out to be lying.
How foolish do you sound?
See how you left that out? The hoes was lying. You know, that's what they do when they sell things for money. They be lying and shit. Fuck them hoes. Don't nobody care about no bitch lying. That's why he free. We care about him. He the one donating. Listen, I don't believe that he did what they said. I believe he admitted to it. But I'm saying based on the evidence, I don't think he's guilty. Just because you got evidence don't make he guilty. I don't give a fuck what it is, unless you got a video.
Okay.
Like you show me a video, I got you.
Look, it's certain things we don't ever have to have this conversation again, CK. Because look, if you remember that skit Dave Chappelle did about R. Kelly? Mm-hmm. You are R. Kelly's grandmama in that skit.
That's who you are, but you.
No, you are. You are. Maybe not the grandmama. I'm saying it wrong. No, you are. You are. Look, in order for me to believe it, I need to be there. I need to see it. I need Bill Cosby to be holding 2 forms of ID. I need him to be holding the drugs, and I need to see him put the drugs put the pills in the drink. I need to, you know what I'm saying? I need a notary there to notarize it when it happened. And then I need somebody there to swear that the notary is a real notary. So I need that notarized. And then, you know what I'm saying? There is no amount of evidence that will convince you that that man did what he said that he did. You could be there watching it, and you'll be like, I don't even believe what I'm seeing. I don't believe what I'm seeing. He ain't doing what he doing. Like, CK, that's Bill Cosby right there. How you know that ain't somebody with a Bill Cosby mask on? See, that could just be somebody that look just like Bill Cosby doing it. You don't know that that's Bill Cosby. You know what I'm saying? There is nothing that could happen that would make you believe it. So there's no reason for you and I to ever have this conversation again.
But see how you do it. But look, it's on the same opposite. You could be proven all 1,000 of them hoes could say, you know, I did it for money. And A-Man would still be saying, that nigga a rapist, though. I don't give a fuck. He said he wouldn't give a fuck. So say this shit the same about you. You would never be convinced. All them hoes can get on here and say, I lied, I made it up.
But they won't. But that won't happen.
And that won't happen what you saying with me. So keep it real, motherfucker.
He did. He admitted it, bro. He admitted it. And you can't accept that he admitted it. There is nothing that can happen to make you. So why even have the conversation? It is January 7th, 2025. We can put the Bill Cosby conversation to rest. You don't think he did it, and there's no way you're ever gonna think he did it.
Okay, hold on. Now remember, the girl accused you of assaulting her. How many people do you think really believe that? Do they think you really did it, or do they think the bitch was lying? What do they think?
Yeah. I'm not sure who believed her. I'm sure her family believed her.
So it could be, so I'm saying in the real world, nobody knows but you and her.
But I didn't admit to doing it. If I would have got on the stand and said, yeah, I slapped her. No, Emanuel didn't slap her. He just admitted that he slapped her, but he didn't really do it. Yep. Like, that's what be foolish.
Because listen, they told Emanuel, if you admit to slapping her, then we'll drop all the charges. Okay, he fell for the okie doke. That don't mean he slapped her for real. Goddamn, stop acting like you a goddamn white person. This shit don't happen, man. This is what happened in the cracker world. They make your ass admit the shit.
Look,
they make some again, what the fuck
CK, again, there's no reason for us to continue to have this conversation. There's nothing that could happen to make you believe it. Even if you saw it, you still wouldn't believe it.
And that's on the same, but you admit on the same, I'm saying you have to say the same thing. So if all the women came and said, I thought you would still say they lying. So stop saying it's me, it's you too. You just as brainwashed as me. Stop acting like it's just one way. But you feel the same.
Okay,
if all victims came and said he didn't rape me,
you're right. Like, you're right. If all the victims came and said he didn't do it, then I would be like, he paid them off. And what we would do is we'd go back and find the NDAs where he paid them off. And then you'd be like, they didn't sign no NDA. They just made that up. He just said that because they want Bill Cosby to see you a white man. Just like
your show, man. Hey man, but like I said, apologies to Raven. I'm always the idiot. I love these black women. Black women rock. They putting me on top, and they do have love in their heart. And thank y'all for. I got a baby mama, a wife, a girlfriend, a auntie, all that shit, man. Thank all y'all, man. Much love, man.
All right.
Listen to your stuff.
All right. That was CK. Look, I didn't bring up Bill Cosby. I promise y'all, I had no desire to talk about. Who knew that in 2025 we would be having conversations about Bill Cosby and people would still be defending him? I could not have imagined that any way. If that was on your bingo card, you won. Because I would have never guessed that we would be talking about Bill Cosby and black men would still be defending him. I would have never guessed that. So I don't know what to tell you. Brent.
Happy New Year's. When you put that S on it, you sprinkling blessings on that ring.
The S is blessings.
I have never heard that before. Yeah, when I happen to slip up, that's what I'm using from now on. So.
Brent, here's what I want to know from you.
Yeah.
how is it my fault if, and look, I can't say one way or the other, but how is it my fault if Raven is a lesbian?
It's not your fault that Raven is a lesbian because she's not. You know, let's be clear on that.
Oh, Raven is not a lesbian to the best of my knowledge.
But you pulled her into it when
I
that
would-
whole conversation happened 3 years ago.
No,
Oh my goodness.
no, I
Yes.
didn't. No, I didn't. Look, and I don't even know what he was like. We never laughed at anything. Well, here's what he was actually mad about, because Joe Dieters had said that the guy was guilty, and Joe
Right.
Dieters said that he had evidence and he knew it and he could prove it. And my response to that was, because, you know, all these black people, well, Joe Dieters said it, so it's got to be true. And my response was, just because Joe Dieters says something don't make it true.
Yeah.
And that is what offended him. Well, you saying that that he didn't do that, and Joe Dieters is telling the truth. And I'm like, I'm not saying that he did it or didn't do it. I'm saying that because Joe Dieters said it, don't make it so. But I seen the evidence. You won't tell me. Well, look, just because you saw the evidence. But what I'm saying is because Joe Dieters said it, didn't make it so. And because of that, he was horribly offended with me. But he took that to like, I'm saying that the guy didn't do it. Like, no, what I'm saying is we can't take Joe Dieters' word for nothing. So, yeah, that's where all of that comes from. To my knowledge, nobody ever laughed at that because that was not Now, I heard Raven say Emanuel is not the kind of guy that would ever laugh at somebody being murdered. That's not true. That's not true. Because that guy that zipped himself.
But you didn't
that
in
guy.
this case. You didn't in this case.
Yeah, in this case, that guy that zipped himself in the luggage and ended up dying, and the lady
We
was.
get an update on that story.
Now that I laughed at, and that guy was murdered. So it's not I wouldn't laugh at somebody who was murdered, but in this case, I definitely didn't.
Now, has that case gone to trial yet? Has she been
Yes.
sentenced?
Yeah, but I don't know if she was sentenced. I know it went to trial and she was found guilty. I don't remember if she was sentenced. I have to look it up. She might have been sentenced because I just did the update. The week before I took off. So I'll have to look and see if she was sentenced.
Look, even if it is some sort of, relations, role playing and everything, ain't gonna be no chains, ain't gonna be no ropes, ain't gonna be, it's gonna be tissue, something that just in case, you don't hear the safe word, I can easily get out and get up out of Dodge. But no, a suitcase, man. But he was a smaller fella, could fit in a suitcase, because I know I'm not flexible enough to fit in anything like that, but man.
Yeah.
I forgot all about that story. That's one of the many clips I gotta put out there, but I'm so far behind. Hey, one quick thing while I'm thinking about it. Restream. You still using Restream, right?
Yes.
Okay. Have you gone through and reset your Restream block list?
I haven't. I don't know how. But and I'm sure I could easily find out how. I think I've only blocked one person from Restream.
Yeah, I think you blocked me too.
No. I'm certain I haven't.
Yeah.
Cause I see your comments.
Yes. You see my comments when I'm on the Afternoon Experiment page. But when I'm on the Emanuel Livingston page, you don't see those comments. So I think it's something involved in that. But I did find the instructions and posted for you a while ago. I'm not going to try to find it. It's somewhere out there. But
And one of these days I'll get around to it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, just like, pulling the transmission and fixing the scooter. But, yeah. But before we get to LaDonna's favorite part, Tanika, I just want to know, where's my money? Because if it wasn't for the inaugural, Sweet Tooth Bake Off, she wouldn't have got all these 50-11 orders I've been seeing folks saying that they got. So I want my cut.
Oh.
I want my family to have a nicer Christmas than what they had, and I can't because she ain't gave me my 8.35% cut. So come on now, sister. Yeah, you can give an A and B selection, but you can also give a love offering too. So come on.
Let me say this. I really do. I don't know how many of those orders came from the Sweet Tooth Challenge or whatever.
All of them.
But I hope she got a number of orders from that, and I hope people loved it, and that people spread, the word, that her cakes are good. Now, just so you know this, and everybody else knows this, I'm sugar free since January 1st. I haven't.
Keep it going.
Oh, I didn't mean to put my thumbs up. But I haven't ate any sweets. Now, I did have some pasta one day, which technically I guess converts to sugar and all that kind of stuff. But for the most part, I've been chicken, brown rice, and a vegetable. Like I said, I had pasta one day, and I ate a pot pie one day. But all of my other meals have been chicken, and not fried chicken. Grilled or baked chicken, brown rice, and a vegetable. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they say if you get it going for 21 days, you need to do it for 21 days, and then that's how that habit develops, and you won't go back, or if you go back, you won't stay there. Yeah, so,
well,
that's what they say.
The way that I'm doing it is I'm trying to, at least in my mind, I've created and somebody gonna be offended by this, but please don't be offended by this. I'm trying to tie sugar. To me, sugar is heroin or, opioid or something like that. So when I get a craving for sugar, because, a lot of times I watch drug addicts and stuff like that, and I'll be like, just stop using drugs. Just stop. Don't smoke crack. You know what I'm saying? Don't inject yourself. Just don't use it. And I'm like, but I keep with the sugar. So now when I'll be like, I want something sweet to eat, I'll be like, okay, you don't need heroin. And for whatever reason, that puts it in my mind, it's an addiction. It's the same type of physical and mental addiction as heroin or as, some sort of opioid. It may not be. So like I said, somebody gonna get mad. Are you comparing you eating cake to me? Don't be mad. Well, it just helps me.
Those same people that, they say, I'm using the they again, that sugar operates the same pleasure centers of the brain that cocaine does. Well, now, I've never had cocaine, so I just have to take their word for it, whoever they are. But, man, that's what they say. Now, with this chicken, that you say you're doing baked chicken and, probably some, fricassee. And
baked or grilled or whatever, yes.
Braised. Now, are you using the Zatarans? Because how is the Zatarans? I still have never had it.
I've not used it yet.
What?
No, I haven't used it yet. Because here's why. Because I had I marinated some chicken, and I've had some other. I already had plans for this going in, so I'm sure the Zatarans will come in pretty soon. Because you know what I'm saying. You run out of different things, so the Zatarans will come in pretty soon. But I haven't gotten to it yet.
Yeah, but I bet you ate all them damn ginger snaps and lemon snaps.
Look, I got those out the way. I said New Year's Eve. Man, I ate so many cookies on New Year's Eve. I figured out, and I was mad at myself because I said, I like them stale, a little soft. Mm-hmm. And I was like, how do I get them stale? And so I actually kind of did a little research, and I figured out if you put just white bread in the same container with them and close them up, the cookies absorb that moisture. And man, them cookies and I was eating them and bending them, and I was like, oh, how am I gonna let this go? But I got everything out of the way December 31st, and so at midnight on New Year's Eve, or I guess technically New Year's Day, I ate my last like 6 or so cookies just before midnight. So when I was saying Happy New Year's, I had cookie in my mouth. Like Happy New Year, and that was it. I was done.
Okay, that can be taken a different way. But okay, we're going to keep it clean on which cookie you had in your mouth. All right. I'll leave that there. I'll leave it there.
Yes, leave that there.
But let's I think we can go.
Hold on. Before you go there, David want to know that I share the ginger snaps with Lil Baby. No, Lil Baby don't like ginger snaps. She said they hot. She didn't like the ginger snaps. She said them cookies is hot. Yeah. So yeah, she don't like the ginger snaps, so I did not have to share them.
Now, are the lemon snaps? Do they also have ginger in it?
No.
Okay, but you didn't tell her about that, did you?
No, she's had them before. She liked them, but you know she wasn't around. So.
Mm-hmm. All right, that's good. That's good. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'm sure you'll eventually use it because I have a whole bunch of different seasonings that I bought, and they're sitting there because the ones that I'm using right now are just good, and I want to change up.
All right.
So I hear you. That's that point. But it is time for the New Year's Wrestling Report.
Yes.
And this is Netflix. Raw moved from USA over to Netflix, and they had the first show at the Intuit Arena where the Clippers play.
Mm-hmm.
And they said roughly 17,000 people in attendance, and Triple H came out there and congratulated everyone there, which to me was a crazy congratulations. He congratulated them for, hey, this event is the highest selling or highest grossing event for us out of everything, which is crazy because I think the last one was when they went over to Germany and they had roughly the same amount of people. But when you think about, I think it was 2017 when they had the WrestleMania here at Jerry's World. I was there with my boys and my best.
But I think that's different. I think they specifically said, I don't think they're looking at that as a stadium event, and that is an arena event.
I had to go back and look at that because I'm not certain. Because it just seemed like, well, even with that, it just seems crazy that why would you congratulate people for spending? Because I heard some people, even for the nosebleeds, were spending $300 for the nosebleeds, and that arena has some serious nosebleed seats. Yeah, so people got money to burn. Yeah, I thought the economy was bad. The eggs was too high, but hey, people paid that $300 to see they wrestling.
Yeah.
But off to the wrestling. The actual show, they spent the first 20-25 minutes on montages, and then Triple H came out, and then the final boss's music hit. That's The Rock. But then Dwayne Johnson came out, which pissed me off because I don't like Dwayne Johnson. Because he came out in them I call them old man glasses. It had the little bar across the front of it and everything, and he had like a little salt and pepper goatee, and it was all about thanking Netflix. The whole night was Netflix. Thank you, Netflix. Thank you, Netflix. They were on the mat. They were everywhere, and even had executives up there in one of the skyboxes. And it's like, oh my goodness, get rid of this guy. Because also The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, he shouted out Cody Rhodes, which was sitting in the audience, which you two fought to the death almost at, SummerSlam or WrestleMania, one of them.
Yep.
You shouldn't be shouting each other out in a positive way. But they did break kayfabe off. They were talking about, heels and faces during the montage. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
So it was like, man, I used to like when they made it seem real at least, but it's all about the stories now. So he came out there, wasted all that time, and for this to be a 3-hour event, they only had 4 matches.
Only 4 matches, yeah. So overall, how did you feel about the show?
It was underwhelming. Man, it was like another Saturday Night Main Event that they just had. You had some old timers they showed in the audience. You had the 4 matches, which at least a couple of them, they ended the story or ended that particular plot line and they'll move on to the next. But man, it was a bunch of nothing.
Yes.
So now they have more advertisers actually on the mat besides the Prime Energy drink, which we'll get to that a little bit later on. But the first match was Tribal Combat with Solo of the Bloodline and Roman Reigns. He's calling himself the OTC, which when I first saw it, I was like, he's over the counter? What's that? And it's like, oh, the original Tribal Chief. So you had the normal back and forth, outside interference, but ultimately a spear. Roman Reigns wins. Paul Heyman's about to put the Ulafala on Roman Reigns, and then I guess this is now The Rock comes out, and he actually puts it on him, which to me that was anticlimactic. I just thought The Rock was gonna, fake put it on him, but then said, hey, you're the tribal chief, but I'm the high chief. So, to build the story on. So I don't know what they're doing here because they hugged, and once again, these two guys were killing each other.
Yeah, I expected a rock bottom, and it didn't happen, and I was sorely disappointed.
Yes, yeah. So the other matches weren't really much enough. And Rhea finally got her belt back against Liv Morgan. It was, a match. Drew McIntyre versus main event Jey Uso, and since Drew won the one at Saturday night's main event, Jey of course had to win that one with the roll up. I don't even know where that's going. Just Drew was just trying to get through everybody that has any sort of relationship with Roman Reigns.
Yes.
Which, I guess they got to give him something to do. And even the Punk versus Rollins match, I'm surprised Punk won in that whole match because he's, Rollins is still the future of the company, and Punk, the match was just okay. Punk has lost a few steps there, so anything else about the matches? I got a couple other things concerning the event, but that's all I had with the match.
Yeah, no, that's. I mean, I agree with your assessment. It was just, it was all right. What do you think about Rhea? What are your feelings on Rhea Ripley?
Rhea Ripley, she's good. I wish they would stop putting her on all that pancake makeup because they just have her looking ghostly white, and she's not the Undertaker.
Yeah.
I want her to finally move on past Liv Morgan so that she can actually face some of the other, what I call real women's wrestlers, like a returning Charlotte Flair or even Bianca Belair or one of those ladies that she can actually, have a better match with than with, someone who is 6 inches shorter than her, and just make believable that she was able to beat her 3 or 4 times. And all that without all the outside interference. So
I would love to see a program with her and Jade.
Jade Cargill?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe in another couple of years, another year or two, because she's still. I don't know if she. I guess that's how you do it. You put a green or unexperienced wrestler in there with a more experienced wrestler, and just allow. Because Jade would get beat up for the entire match, and she can come back and win it at the end. But I think maybe later on down the line. But I think it should be Bianca first. But after they get this whole thing figured out with what's her name, Jimmy Uso's wife,
Naomi.
Yeah, Naomi. Because that whole thing. Naomi is the one that took out Jade, so they still got to resolve that issue.
I still want them to do. And I'm telling you, they are missing I want them to do the angle. Now I'm going way back, Thunderbolt Patterson and Ole Anderson. I still want them to do that angle. And it looks like they could have set it up perfectly for that, but I don't think they'll do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I think that this is just going to be a straight line, and they'll, it's going to cause tension between the 3 black ladies on the SmackDown roster, and whose side is Bianca Belair going to be on? Is she going to be the special guest referee in one of the matches? Because she's the only one that can call it down the middle, that type of deal. But one of the special guests that came out was a returning John Cena, and this is supposed to be his last year.
Yeah.
As an active wrestler, and he was hemming and hawing. I don't need to win the belt. I can't win the belt, or maybe I can win the Royal Rumble or Money in the Bank. So I don't know what they're going to make of this last run. Are they going to allow him to get the belt and then he retires, and then they start a tournament after the belt, for the belt afterwards? Or
I don't know. I don't like John Cena. I don't like John Cena at all.
Yeah, I never did. And it still hurts me when my son, when he was 5 years old, I asked him who his favorite wrestler was, and without hesitation, he said John Cena. I'm like, I've been a horrible father.
Yeah, he deserved a whooping for that.
But the other thing I wanted to hit on too was one of the sponsors was what was it? America's Beer.
All American beer.
All American beer. The music hits. I'm a Real American, and Hulk Hogan, along with Jimmy Hart with the megaphone, comes out, and the crowd is booing. And rightfully so. He's a racist, and they know he's a racist, not a good person. But he's there. I've had all the great partners. I've had Andre the Giant and Macho Man, but Netflix is the greatest partner. I'm like, oh my goodness. And then he said, and then I got another partner, and it's All American Beer is my great partner. And he rips off the shirt, and there's the crowd. I think it was at least 60 to 70% boos to people cheering. And he rips off the shirt and can't get that last little bit. And as he's limping back, the shirt is draped over him. And yeah, he's not moving as well as he used to. That's why they didn't have him go all the way down to the ring. But I haven't seen him get booed like that till right before he went from Hulk Hogan to Hollywood Hogan.
Yeah.
When he made the turn. But yeah, that was brutal. And I would have loved to have been in the background to, once he came around the gorilla, to see Triple H and The Rock standing there just laughing at him.
Yeah, I think they'll probably fix that, though, in post.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, anything that they have after that, they can separate out. Well, you know more than I do. They got different audio channels and all that is good stuff.
Yeah.
So I didn't see where they were, they didn't get cutting edge, and they did allow a little cussing, but it seems like another money grab with them going over to Netflix, just like the Saudi shows. Not that they're going to do anything groundbreaking or, try to do anything more than what they could actually do on USA.
Yeah, no, it's just another network for them. That's it.
Yeah. So we'll see, because they were talking about taking it from the PG, going from the G or whatever it is to going back up to where it was during the Attitude Era, which they could do, but I don't think they are going to do it because parents take their children, and children beg their parents to buy $40 T-shirts and $25 foam fingers. So they may push it a little bit, but they'll never be Attitude, and definitely won't be ECW in terms of that.
Yeah.
But
well, all right.
But that's all I got for now.
All right.
So I think we covered everything, but try that Zatarans. And Tanika, you know how to get a hold of me.
Brent, I appreciate
8.35%. That's what I want.
I appreciate your call.
All right, take it easy.
All right. That was Brent. Had to give you the wrestling report. Yeah, man. I thought the whole the show last night was pretty much terrible. I thought it was pretty much terrible, and I'm hoping that was just the way that they do it for the opening show on Netflix, just all of that hype stuff. And then we'll go back to a decent show. But we'll see what happens. Let me see. Anything else? Anybody else have anything else that's not Bill Cosby that y'all wanted to talk about? I can't believe we talked about Bill Cosby. I just can't believe we did it. Shahara says, did you see my question? I think I saw it. I don't remember it, though. What was it? Why don't I like John Cena? It's so much involved in it. Sorry, but that was Brent. There's so many reasons. One, he can't wrestle. They talk about his promo skills. I don't think he's good on the mic. I didn't like him when they gave him the thing where he was, quote, rapping, because what he was doing was not rapping, in my opinion. But when he was rapping and wearing the chain around his neck and all of that kind of stuff, and they would not have pushed a black wrestler with that same gimmick the way that they pushed John Cena. So, to some degree, I feel like it was cultural appropriation, and I didn't like that. So, for those reasons, I don't like John Cena. So I hope that answered your question. Yeah, Thugonomics. I never liked that. And I never, again, if that would have been a black wrestler, I mean, he might have gotten some time, like what Crime Time did. He might have gotten some time, but he wouldn't have got pushed the way John Cena got pushed doing the same gimmick. Yeah, John Cena was known as the doctor of thugonomics, coming straight out of the Boston suburbs. And that really is what kind of pushed me over the top. Like, I already wasn't like, oh, I like John Cena. But then I was like, no. No, John Cena. No. So that's why. And I just, I be that way about stuff. Like, and for me, because this ain't going to change in 2025. I recognize racism. I was about to say maybe you can't call it racism, but it's a racist whatever. But I recognize that stuff. I recognize how race plays a part in stuff, and that's not going to change. Yeah, like I saw a few of y'all talk about the Nebraska senator whose husband wouldn't look at or shake Kamala Harris's hand. To me, that was a race issue. It wasn't because she's a woman. It wasn't that. Bet he'd have shook Marjorie Taylor Greene's hand. She was a black woman in that position. And I heard somebody say, with regard to MAGA, and this is a good question. Y'all won. What are y'all so mad about? Y'all won. Y'all got the House. Y'all got the Senate. Y'all got the presidency. Y'all got the Supreme Court. Y'all won. Why are y'all so mad? I don't understand. Twin says, but you said it don't exist. What did I say don't exist? Yeah, Kamala did give him that look like, I ain't sweating your hand. I'm not going to use that foul language that my Elsa used. But, like, I didn't want to shake your hand either. David says they're poorly educated. That's why they mad. Like, dude, your wife is being sworn into the Senate. And you mad? You so mad that you won't shake. Now look, don't misunderstand me. I could understand. I probably wouldn't shake. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, say I get some big award and Donald Trump come in. I'm not shaking Donald Trump's hand. I'm not. But I'm not shaking his hand not because he's a white man, because I believe he's a racist. I believe he's a hate monger and a fear monger. And I believe that he manipulates and uses people. I'm not shaking his hand. So it's not, oh, you got to shake his hand or whatever, but what are you mad about, dude? And maybe Kamala Harris said something negative about his wife at some event in Nebraska. I don't know. But I didn't get that feeling. I got the feeling I'm not shaking this N's hand. I'm not even going to look at her. But look, I guess he got a right to not shake her hand. I'm not trying to take that away from him. But he does have a right to do it, but clearly it was racially motivated. And people can say what they want to say. I am not one of them people who gonna pretend like racist stuff ain't racist. And like racism don't exist. But in 2025, for me, y'all, this is the year of, yes, I am softening. I'm trying to soften my approach to a lot of things. I don't intend on not being honest about stuff. I'm gonna do my best. I don't know how successful I'm gonna be, but I'm gonna do my best to try to say stuff in a way that it can be received. If that makes any sense. Because you know how sometimes you could say stuff and you could be saying what's, the truth. But the way you present it, people can't receive it. So I'm going to try this year to, as they say, take the edge off. I'm going to try to take the edge off and say things and try to articulate myself in a way that what I'm saying can be received. The old, somewhat sarcastic king of talk is going to try to give way to the new, kind of straightforward, but putting it somewhat milder king of talk. I don't necessarily have to name names. Now, I'm not saying that I won't ever name names, but I don't necessarily have to name names this year. I don't have to, because hopefully last year showed a lot of people. In my mind, here was the benefit of naming names in 2024. I felt like people were just being reckless, doing and saying any and everything, because they weren't going to be held accountable. But I feel like one thing that 2024 did was let people realize, now people will call you on the carpet on your stuff. They will say your name and they will tell the truth about you. Some people didn't like it. Thus, I'm blocked from some people's shows. Some people didn't like it, but And I don't know if it made a difference. I like to think maybe it did, and it made people reevaluate how they treat people. Because that's really what it's about. Treat people with decency. Treat people with respect. And then you don't have to worry about your name being called. And when your name is called, usually it's somebody talking about the way you treated them with respect, the way you helped them out, the way you know what I'm saying, as opposed to the way you mistreated them and the way you misused them. So that's the goal. That's the goal. And in my mind, that should be everybody's goal. If you're going to call me, if you're going to talk about me, it should be because of the way that I helped you, the way that I treated you in a good way. Now, if I treat you bad, it's just me. If I treat you bad, it's because you brought it on yourself. That's just the truth. It sounds silly, it sounds whatever, but that's just the truth. If I treat you bad, it's only because you brought it on yourself. You can ask, for real, and this for real, you can ask anybody that know me, who don't, already hate me. And even some of them will tell you. Emanuel don't start nothing with nobody. And Emanuel don't immediately respond to everything. Like, you really got to get on him. Get on his nerves or whatever. And then he's somewhat relentless. So if you find people saying negative stuff about me, either number one, they're confused, misled, or lying. Those are in one category. Or two, they brought it on themselves. They brought it on themselves. They did some bad stuff. They were warned to not do those bad things again, and they kept doing bad things. And then eventually, Emanuel responded in a negative way, probably did the exact same thing that they did to him. He did it to them like times 10. And then you're so wrong. You didn't have to do that. And then he was like, no, you didn't have to do that. The 4 or 5 times that you got away with it. You could have stopped the first or second time, the third time. But you did it 3 times, and then so I had to respond. But I'm going to try to not be that guy anymore. I'm going to try. When somebody says something idiotic, I'm going to do my best to not say they sound like an idiot. I promise, I'm going to do my best to not say, even though they may sound like an idiot. Because when you think about it, you're saying idiotic things, you sound like an idiot. So I probably, like when CK said, I said he an idiot, I probably didn't say he's an idiot. I probably said, this guy sound like an idiot. Because he was saying the things that an idiot would say. And you can't be mad at me for, you know what I'm saying, being honest. But I'm going to try to hold back on it. In 2025, I'm going to try to present it in a way that even, I'm saying this, but I won't say it, that even in the way the idiot can understand it. Like if you're saying things that sound idiotic, I'm not going to say, you sound like an idiot. I'm going to say, I already do this, but I don't understand what you're saying. That doesn't make sense to me. Help me understand your perspective. And then I want to help you understand why that's hard to understand. See, so that's what I'm going to try to do in 2025. I'm going to kind of call this the year of reconciliation. We ain't got to agree. And we can still be cool. That's what this year is. That's what this year is. Hopefully. I'm going to do my best. Look, I'm not making a promise. I'm telling you I'm going to do my best. It's in my nature to just tell the truth. But I'm going to do my best. Oh, and I had to say this because I kind of put something out there and people get mad at me for joking a lot, but I do joke a lot. So people get mad at me for doing what I do. But then there's another group of people that don't understand the joke. And so they always think it's like super serious. I was joking about Raven being a lesbian. Raven's not a lesbian. I think if Raven was a lesbian, Raven would be like, I'm a lesbian. And, you know what I'm saying? That's the kind of person that she always has struck me as. So there's no reason for her. I don't believe she's a lesbian. When the guy called her a lesbian, I just thought that was hilarious. Because how do you, just because you don't agree with somebody, call them a lesbian? I don't understand why people do that. So Raven's not a lesbian. I don't believe she's a lesbian. Okay? And I was just joking when I said to Brent, it's not my fault if Raven is a lesbian, because I don't think she is. I think she understood that I was just joking, you know. But some people might, Emanuel said Raven was lesbian. Like, you didn't understand the thing. Yeah, he did. He thought calling her a lesbian was an insult. And I'll be honest, I haven't had much opportunity to listen to the show with Raven hosting. And if y'all don't know anything else, y'all have to know. Number one, I love Raven. And I'm not just saying that like, you know, people say, oh, I love that. I love that. Like, really, I love Raven. You know, almost like a daughter. I love Raven. And I support her. And I just want to see her just go as high as she can possibly go. I'm excited that she's going to be at the discussion or whatever with Dr. Umar Johnson. I'm excited that she's going to be at the discussion with Dr. Umar Johnson, giving her an opportunity to, you know what I'm saying, deal with, you know, people on a national level, because he's a national figure. So I'm excited about that for her. But I haven't had much opportunity. Hold on, T. Mikey G say the podcast is frozen like Mitch McConnell. It's moving just fine over here, so I'm not sure if it's frozen on y'all end. But yeah, I like Raven, and so I support her 100%. And there was something else I was gonna say. Oh, and lastly, and B-Rap, you know, he as the people say in talk radio, he stole my thunder. I was gonna bring up at some point in the show my feeling about why people have a certain resistance to certain people. Hold on, let me grab the phone. Tanika.
Hey.
Hey.
Hey. How are you?
I am well. I don't like you, but welcome to the show.
I know. Listen. I feel like twins today. I'm making my rounds. I called your show. Now I'm calling your show. Okay, so why don't you like me before I?
Cause you out on the beach somewhere with a bootleg iPhone, warm, and I'm out here with a pulled hamstring from shoveling 13 or so inches of snow for 3+ hours and in the basement cold. So yeah, I don't like you.
See, that sounds like a personal problem.
It is.
And you know, I'm not on the beach. It's really too cool for the beach, and I do not have an iPhone. No, sir. I am Android all day, all the way. Just so you know. But it is a little. It's a little warm, but it's cool too. It's like sweater weather down here, so you know.
That's why I don't like you.
I know, but it's okay. When it gets warm, you and your wife, y'all welcome to come down and visit. We have an extra bedroom anytime, and bring little baby too. We love kids.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, hold on. Before you go any further, how is your daughter's book going?
We haven't done too much lately. I keep trying to get her to write the third book to the trilogy, but she's kind of over it now because she's 14 and she started writing when she was 9. And I'm like, come on, girl, making some money. So, you know, it's still there on Amazon. We haven't had too much traction, but I was telling Wyatt earlier that they do have a farmer's market here, and that's one of the things that I would include along with my pound cakes, is her book. So, yeah.
Well, hold on, but tell the people, tell the people how they can get the book.
Okay, so if you go on Amazon.com, and what I'll do is I'll put, I can put links in the chat, and I can also just put her name. If you put in Giselle's Thesis, her books, both her books will pop up, and they're really, really good.
Say the name again.
Especially coming from her name. It's Giselle, G-H-I, because I had to be a little extra, not the regular Giselle.
Yeah.
G-H-I-Z-E-L-L-E, and Cephas, C-E-P-H-A-S. But I'll put it in the chat, and both of her little lovely books will pop up, and they are really, really good. I was so impressed that a 9-year-old can write like that.
Okay. Now go ahead. You was about to say something. I interrupted you. I don't know what made me think about your daughter's books, but yeah.
I appreciate that. Thank you. So what made me reach out is somebody snitched on you. I ain't going to say no names. Somebody told me that you were taking credit for my pound cake sales.
No, I didn't take credit. Brent took credit.
I just had to have a reason to call and mess with you.
Yeah, no, Brent took credit for the pound cake sales. I said, I don't know if you got any sales from the Sweet Tooth Challenge or whatever, but I hope so. But no, Brent say he still want his percentage.
Oh, it's Brent. Oh, see, that ain't the way I heard it, but I see what it is. I see. Yeah, but it's all good. That was really fun, and I did sell a few pound cakes from that challenge. So.
Good.
Yeah. So, when are you ready for these voice lessons?
Yes.
All right. You tell me when you're ready now, and I'm a little hard. Well, I won't say I'm hard on you, but you got to be right now.
Okay.
You mess up, I'm going to say, get it right. But I think you'll do well. You already have a nice voice, so I think you'll do
well.
well.
I'm going to reach out to you, and we're going to set them up. We're going to have to do them like via Zoom or something like that, but yeah.
Oh, yeah, perfect. Yeah, I've done it like that before.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm ready. And by the time we get done, you'll be ready to sing solos, and, man, you're going to be taking over the whole praise team, all of that. They're going to be calling you for everything all over the city. You're going to be ready. You're going to be doing all your runs. Ooh, you're going to do all of that. You're going to be ready.
All right. Maybe after these lessons, I won't get kicked out the next group.
As long as you keep being contrary, you're going to get kicked out of every group. I'm just telling you.
Did you not lose that Hold on, did you not just hear my 2025 plan?
I did, and I've been kind of in and out trying to get ready to make these pound cakes. So no, I didn't hear what
I'm smoothing over all of the rough edges. Like I'm, even if you sound like an idiot, I'm not gonna say you sound like an idiot. I'm gonna, say it in a different way. I'm gonna do and say things in a way that they can be received in 2025.
Okay, I believe you, but what I think you should do too, in addition to that, and I think you should pray against the spirit of contrary.
Well,
you got that spirit on
I don't.
you.
No. I have the spirit of honesty, and people look at it as contrary, but it's really not. It's just honest.
Yeah. I can appreciate honesty. I appreciate straightforwardness. I appreciate all of that. I'd rather you tell me the truth than lie. So
yeah,
I appreciate it. And of course, I'm just kidding with you, but I like personalities like yours because I kind of cackle because I know what you really mean, and some people just ain't getting what you're spitting all the time. But that's okay. That's okay. That's okay.
Oh, for real though, my brain works that way. Like. I was saying to somebody the other day, it's not enough for me for you to agree with me. You need to agree with me for the right reason. Right? And so I'm one of those people who, even early on when I was doing talk and all that kind of stuff and, just producing and all of that kind of stuff. And every once in a while I'll be given an opportunity to get on the air and say and do whatever. I would say whatever I'm saying, but I need to know, people would call it, oh, I agree with you, Emanuel. And my thing, even to them people who would, I agree with you, Emanuel. Well, what do you agree with? What did you hear? What do you think about it? I don't want you to agree with me just because it's me. I don't, what I'm saying? I ain't into D-riding. You know what I'm saying? Don't do that with me.
I hope not. I hope not.
Yeah, I need you. I'm saying, I need you to have your own thoughts, think this thing through, and understand why I feel this way, and I need you to, you know what I'm saying? And I do tend to try to look at all sides of a thing, whatever the situation is, which again, some people do look at that as being a contrarian, because you say, you know, oh, it's this way, and then I'm like, but it might be that way. And if you say it's that way, I'm like, but it might be this way. But that's just me looking at all sides of an issue and trying to, you know, reconcile it in my mind. So I'm not going to promise to stop doing that.
Yeah, it makes sense to me. And sometimes people may say things, a lot of people may say things without speaking, and I realize, I'm like, wait a minute. Do I really mean that, or do I really understand what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So you kind of recall that back to people, and people get upset. It's the funniest thing in the world to me. But it's like, well, you just said that. Oh, I ain't say that. You just said that. But some people just get into this regurgitating, and, you know, other people saying they don't realize what they're saying. So you kind of bring it out and like, wait a minute.
Yes, they do.
Yeah,
Yes,
so I get it. I get it.
All right.
All right, E-Man. Nice talking with you, and let's get this singer thing going so you can, you know, sing all over Cincinnati, and then you may even get a Grammy. You never know what the Lord's going to do. You know
never know.
Just
I don't want a
singing
Grammy,
lesson.
though. I don't want a Grammy.
You want a Grammy?
No.
You do?
No,
Oh, you don't?
I do not.
Yeah.
If I ever won a Grammy, I would show up to the Grammys just to decline the Grammy.
Okay, tell me why you would decline.
Because to me, what the Grammys say is that this group of people say that you're good enough, whatever. And I don't feel like I need validation from that group of people.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
That makes sense. And to be honest with you, I don't know if I've told you before, but I was really, for a long time, really trying to break into the industry, trying to do this, trying to do that. But once I realized what you got to do to be in that industry and what you got to give up, and I said, you know what, I'm good. I'll just sing at my little weddings and funerals and things like that, because there's a lot of diddying going on in the industry, even in the gospel industry. So I was like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah, it is a lot of stuff going on in the gospel industry. Nobody talk about. Somebody gonna sue somebody one of these days, and then all that stuff gonna come out, and it's just gonna look.
Oh, yeah.
It's gonna look bad. Like Diddy doing what Diddy did looks bad, but if somebody, because I don't even want to say no name, the names that popped into my head.
Franklin. I'll say it, Kirk Franklin, or, you know, I'll say it.
If Kirk Franklin was caught doing half of what Diddy did, people wouldn't just criticize Kirk Franklin. The whole gospel music industry would be indicted.
Absolutely. It sure would. And then more people be coming out. I've heard a whole bunch of stuff, but I don't want to keep you too long. I know you seem like you're about to end your show, and I don't want to be like, you know, I want to be rude. So.
No, you cool.
Okay. Well, good talking with you, E-Man. I'll catch you on the next one.
All right, Tanika. And tell the people how they can get them cakes. And don't forget to put your daughter's information in the chat.
Oh, yeah. I will do that. I'll put my email in there, and if anybody wants a link for my pound cake order, price list with the shipping and payment details, I can send that to them as well.
All right. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. I appreciate you.
All right. Have a great evening.
You too. Bye-bye.
All right. Twin say he definitely booing me off the stage. Twin, man, I've been on too many stages to be worried about people booing me. But hold on. In all honesty, I'm trying to think now. If I was on stage and I'm performing, you know, say with one of my groups, and they started booing, I'm gonna be honest. I would automatically assume they wasn't booing me. I would assume they were booing the musicians behind me. I would assume somebody played something wrong or somebody did something wrong, and that's the reason why. Is that arrogance? I mean, unless, like, you know what I'm saying, like if I really was jacking up a song and they started booing, I would know they was booing me. But if I'm singing the song the way I'm supposed to sing the song and doing my little two-step, the way I'm supposed to do my little two-step, because that's all I got. And I'm doing my little two-step and I'm singing my song and they start booing, I'd be like, they booing them. They booing the band. Is that arrogant? Twin say you the lead singer. Being the lead singer don't necessarily mean that you the band leader. I think a lot of people really don't understand that. A lot of people really don't. And that was one of my issues that I had with one of the groups that I was in. Because the band would do stuff bad. And people would be like, or at least I would be like, that's bad. And people gon' like song selection. And again, this is a band. This ain't every band that I've been with. But I was in a band where the song selection was not good. And the band was not all that good. And when the band would mess up, and they would mess up, people would be looking at me like it was my fault. And I'd be like, I'm not playing nary an instrument. I'm not playing on two different keys. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the one who can't keep the beat. Like, y'all looking at me like I'm the one messing up. Listen to these vocals. Listen to these smooth, silky vocals. Why y'all looking at me like I don't choose the songs? This ain't my band. I'm just the singer in the band. Writing the songs and coordinating the outfits. What are you talking about? I really think a lot of people don't understand this band thing. Hold on, let me explain. And it's almost 6 o'clock. Let me explain. This is the way some of this stuff go. Now, different people work different ways and with different people, right? But if you got a band, and let's say, you know what I'm saying, you got a band and y'all not all that good, and then your lead singer quit. And when I say you got a band, see, Twin says you the leader of the band. Wrong. You're only the leader of the band if you're the leader of the band. The singer is not always the leader of the band. I could decide tomorrow I'm going to start a band. Guess what? That's my band. I'm the band leader. What I say go. If you don't like it, get out of my band. So let's say a keyboard player starts a band. Some dude who plays keyboards, right? It's just some dude, he play keyboards. And he decide, you know what, I'll be playing keyboards for all these other bands. I want to start my own band. So let's just call him Jack. Just name popped into my head. I don't know a Jack who plays keyboards, so I'm safe. Jack says, I'm starting a band. So then Jack calls a bass player that he knows and say, hey, bro, I'm starting this band. You know, we gonna do this kind of music. You down? And then the second person, the bass player's like, yeah, I'm in, sure. Then Jack calls a drummer. And he like, bro, I'm trying to start this band. You know what I'm saying? I heard you out there gigging. You know what I'm saying? We done known each other forever. Why don't you join my band? We gonna put it together. We gonna do this thing. And then he does that with all of these different pieces of the band. And then Jack calls me. And Jack says, yo, Eli, man, I be seeing you out there. I understand you got kicked out of that last band. But so that means you got some time. So why don't you come and join us, man? We about to try to do this thing. We're gonna put this thing together. Here we're gonna do this, you know, this is my vision, the kind of music that we want to do, and you know, the way we want to structure everything. And I'm like, okay, I like the way that sounds. So then I joined that band. And then Jack give us this list of songs. Learn these songs, because these are the songs that we're gonna play. We're gonna start with these. We'll build on this. But this is the way we're gonna do. I'm doing it like he handing out pieces of paper. Nobody does that anymore. So then he like, these are the songs we gonna do. So I'm like, okay. Now I'm gonna probably be like, Jack, man, I would love to do this song. And he like, you know, we ain't gonna do that right now. These are the songs we're gonna start with. But we don't let me forget, because we gonna learn that song. Then we get a gig eventually, and then Jack is like, hey, All right, this is what we gonna wear to the gig. And I'm like, ooh, I don't know that I like that. Jack, you know what I'm saying? That don't really work for me. And then Jack is like, bro, come on, man, be a team player. You're part of the band. This is how we get down. This is what we gonna do. So then I end up wearing it. And then we come out and we do this gig. I'm standing up front. Now, Twin, you looking at me like, man, that's your band. That ain't my band. I didn't decide the songs. I didn't decide the order that we do the songs. I didn't pick nobody in this band. I didn't decide what we gonna dress or how we gonna dress, what we gonna wear. But somehow, because I'm the dude standing up front, Twin looking at me like, bro, that's your band. You the leader. That's not the way that works. That's all I'm trying to tell you. That's all I'm trying to express to you, Twin. That is not the way that it works. And so then I say to Jack, like, bro, what happened to the song that I asked about doing? Oh, man, don't nobody want to hear that. Hey, Jack, we doing these songs and ain't nobody feeling these songs, bro. These songs suck. We need a new list. And Jack like, man, this is our list. If you don't like it, this is what we do. The next thing you know, I'm kicked out the band. You know what I'm saying? But it was never my band. It was never the lead singer of a band is not necessarily the leader of that band. Twin. Just so you know that. Lead singer of a band is not necessarily the leader of that band. And that lead singer might be, trying to help the band move in a better direction. But the band leader, because the lead singer could even say to everybody else in the band, like, bro, this is what we need to do. And everybody else in the band is agreeing. Like, you right. No, we shouldn't be doing these songs. We should be doing these songs. No, we should be doing them faster. We should be doing them slower. Man, we shouldn't be dressing like that, or we shouldn't be moving like that. Oh man, the order that we doing the songs in is wrong. You right. But it's Jack's band. So Jack like, look, if y'all don't like what we doing, then leave. But this is the way we doing it. And then you get out there and they terrible, and nobody blaming Jack. Everybody in the band, nobody blaming Jack. But it's probably Jack's fault, because Jack won't listen. And then Twin, you the leader. I'm just saying that so that y'all understand that's not necessarily the case. Things don't always work the way you think they work. From the outside, a thing looks a certain way, but on the inside, things can be different. And it bothers me, not Twin, and with something that's kind of trivial as this, but it bothers me that there are a lot of people who have these kind of, I don't know if I'm using the word incorrectly, but these kind of dogmatic views of the way that they view things. Like, this is the way it is. The lead singer is always the leader of the band. No. This is the way. If a man love you, then he do this. No. Different people operate different ways. So you can't have this hard set rule that if it ain't this, then it's wrong. It's just different. All right, somebody calling me. Hold on. Oh, there's somebody leaving a message. I don't know who this is, and I don't see the message. Oh well. All right. Y'all, I gotta get you started that afternoon experience brand. Now look at you. What about me? What am I doing? Gone with that 2025 PlayStation 6 logic. I don't know what that means. Look, I want all of y'all to enjoy the rest of your evening. if you got somebody special, get up under them and get warm. Get up under them and get warm. No matter what it is. You got Transveta on your mind. Hey, bro, go ahead. Call Transveta. We not going to judge you. You don't even have to tell your friends from back in the day, from back in Chicago, that you seeing Transveta. You in Cincinnati now. And those of us in Cincinnati don't know that Transveta used to be a man. So it's okay. It's okay. Go on, call Transveta, and I mean, you know what I'm saying? First, you got enough kids, so you don't need no more. So Transveta got everything that you need. Transveta got everything that you need. So just be true to you. You know what I'm saying? Be true to you. Be true to you. But for the rest of y'all, I don't know why he brought up Transveta. That's the only reason I can think of that he brought up Transveta. But for the rest of y'all, do something, help get up under somebody to stay warm. If you ain't got somebody, get you an electric blanket or something like that. But do whatever you got to do. Stay warm out here. Enjoy the rest of your evening. And as always, be the reason that somebody smiles. Till next time. I'm out, y'all. Peace.